Hey.
How nice.
I mean, you know,
Welcome.
somewhat.
Oh.
Now.
oh shit! Got a notification right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Going to do a podcast right now.
Gonna talk about a movie.
I'm going to put my foot in your ass right now.
Nice.
No.
Don't do that.
Pop out the chat.
Pop out
Pop
the chat.
out the
Pop it
chat.
out.
Pop out the chat.
Pop it out.
Oh, God damn it.
What?
Very nice.
What are you swearing about, Chuck?
I have to change the Twitter password.
Gonna
Oh,
pop out
shit.
the chat.
I
Very
forgot about that part.
nice.
Man, hackers, I tell you what.
The podcast has been hacked. Very nice.
So we didn't find that file on the server anywhere? So how the fuck did they get in? Just brute forcing our passwords? So we didn't find that file?
Cool.
Nope.
We did not.
Still didn't find it. Still haven't found what I was looking for.
But
Van nice.
I still.
Did we tell anyone that we were doing this tonight? Cause,
Yes.
Yes.
all right.
We announced it. Previously. On the podcast.
Where's that tweet?
It's.
You gotta change the password first?
I did.
Oh.
It's not letting me in with the password.
Uh-oh.
Spaghettios.
Uh-oh.
Spaghettios.
Van nice. Van nice.
Hey, Chuck. Fix it.
Did you log in yet onto that Twitter?
What's happening?
Just remember, the password is inside you the whole time. Yeah! That looked like a success. Hold up.
Hey.
Base.
How low can you go?
Yeah, bro. What a brother.
Oh, no. Once again. Back hits the incredible.
It's incredible.
Oh, there it is.
What?
Oh, look at you using HTML tags. Growl. /growl.
/growl.
Sorry, that tweet has been deleted.
What?
Why'd you delete the tweet?
I don't know. That's what I got, though. I'm going to refresh Twitter.
Yes.
Good
do
call.
that.
I was able to retweet it.
I think I accidentally. I think I accidentally retweeted it from the BMFcast account and then unretweeted it.
Uh-huh.
Were you mimicking your extremely vocal stomach?
Do you know my dad?
Oh.
Hey, Internet. How's it going out there?
Oh, we're on the internet.
Yeah, all this is out there for posterity.
Don't you dare talk about my posterity that way.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate you respecting my hind end. We can do a podcast.
Where's the thumbs down? So I'm going to give that to Super PJ.
Why?
What happened?
What did he do?
I said, hey, everyone, join us for the live stream. And he said, no.
ban him.
Immediately.
Ban
responded,
him.
Nah, I'm not going to ban him.
Ban him.
I am.
I'm just going to give him the sponge mock, actually. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Sponge mock.
Sponge mock.
Band nice.
Van Nuys.
Band guys.
We are van guys.
No, I said band guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ban that one guy.
Oh, no.
And Chooch.
Chooch. Chooch and the Maytals. Van Nuys.
Everybody's busy on a Tuesday. No one's watching us.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
You'll be fine.
We're all fine here.
It'll all be fine.
Eric and Ian are here.
Yeah. That's all we need.
We need more people whose names start with vowels.
Van Nuys.
Yeah.
Drinking that water. That sweet, sweet water.
Gross.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
No, it isn't.
It's made of me,
No.
or I'm made of it.
Yes.
So you are anti-water, is my understanding?
Yeah. It's just, you know. Eh.
Mm-hmm. It's a good point. Meh.
Oh,
Man, you're fucking...
yeah.
You're fucking.
Yeah, you're
Did
fucking
you have, like-
dropping the bass over there.
A colonoscopy this weekend?
Sick drops, bro.
I know. Fucking dubstep tummy.
Wait for the drop.
I heard your GERD.
Bowel. Oh, yeah.
Very nice. Let the Van Nuys out of you. Let it let it free.
If he lets that out, it's going to kill all of us.
That's the plan. 9 years. 9 years I've laid in wait.
Man.
Van Nuys. Meet you on the podcast.
Got my wheels in motion.
All right, what do you say? Should we do this? Should we do this thing?
Fuck yeah.
I would fucking love to do this.
Dude.
That's an affirmative across the board.
Sure.
All right.
All right,
Might as well.
or 5 by 5.
What?
Take the shot.
Oscar Mike,
Fox 2.
stay frosty.
Fox 2? What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Some fucking Top Gun shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey! BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Episode 409.
BMFcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
409.
Formula 409.
Nailed it.
Yeah. What? There's nothing formulaic about us. Oh, wait, except for this part. So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of the BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Come in here and talk about it for the first half, and then we rate them. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. You get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Yay!
Yeah, right.
Hooray.
Robot
Like
Jocks.
that
That's
picture.
a fun movie.
That movie rules.
Yeah.
It's a nice picture.
However, there are bad movies. Doesn't stay away. They getting negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags is in the giant bags of trash in which they belong.
Garbage movies.
Garbage movies.
Throw them out.
Worthless. Get them away from
Not
you.
recommended.
Don't hoard them.
They stink.
So we are concluding Vanuary, the first annual bicentennial. Yeah, we'll be
Hashtag
back in 200
Vanuary.
years and do another Vanuary.
I mean, it is
Yes.
the first.
We
Yeah.
pledge to come back in 200 years
Yeah.
and do it again.
But we conclude Vanuary with 1979's Van Nuys Boulevard.
Van Nuys.
It's right in the name.
Nice.
Let's read what's called a plot summary on IMDb, and then we're going to talk more about this.
Okay.
A small-town kid hears about the wild nights of cruising the boulevard in Van Nuys, California. He drives out there to check it out and gets involved with drag racers, topless dancers, and bikers.
Sure.
He drives out there to check it out.
Check
I
it
don't
out.
think he gets involved with topless dancers, though.
Nope.
I
Not
think
really with
that's a
bikers
lie.
either.
Nope. His friend Greg does.
Yeah, Greg. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Greg when we get there.
Okay. Well, first we got to talk about Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby.
All right, Bobby.
Vanner.
Bobby sucks.
Bobby is not the best of the main characters, I will say that. He's got some issues.
Well, Bobby
He
is-
looks like a young Buffalo Bill.
he looks exactly like Michael Ian Black.
Yeah.
I mean, uncannily.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's just. I guess he's
He-
returning
he-
home from work,
He's coming home from work.
and
Had a hard day's rocking.
and there's a pretty lady waiting for him wearing just underwear.
Yeah.
And
She's preparing for him to come home.
Yes. Yeah.
Like she's brushed her hair and she's putting on lipstick and she's
Yep.
like, "All right, I'm looking all sexy for Bobby when he gets home. He's gonna lay that pipe."
And he's not really interested. She offers him a beer, and he's like, "Yeah, all right, beer. Lay off
He's
me."
like-
Well, let's note, she offers him the beer while naked.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. It does progress.
But first he says, "Why don't you ever wear any clothes?"
Yeah.
And
"It's
she's like,
hot."
"It's hot." And he's like, "Why don't you turn on the air condition?"
She's like, I like to sweat. It's erotic. And he's like, whatever.
Ugh.
I'm going to read my van magazine and watch the latest
Vag.
PM van magazine. Or
Needs to
whatever.
be watching
Which-
her
I'm going to
vag.
listen to NP Car.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hands him a beer and starts writhing all over him naked while he's like, "No, I want to watch this police officer talk about how people shouldn't be on Van Nuys Boulevard because they're going to get busted."
Yeah, we're going to curfew and loud noises and stuff, and we'll arrest him for something.
Which apparently eventually happened
Yeah.
because this lifestyle that they will portray very soon,
Oh, about 6 months after they
Yeah.
finished filming.
it was short-lived.
the fad was over. Like the movie came out and people were like, what's that about? They don't allow that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's watching this news report and he's just like, man, I'm tired of living in this podunk town. I got no one to race. I got no lady. And she's like, hey.
He's like, I'm going to take my van, and I'm going to go to Van Nuys Boulevard.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah, when? He's like, right now.
Yep.
Later.
And she's like, well, what about my needs? And he's like, I don't fucking care. I don't even care about my needs right now. I just want to go to Van Nuys Boulevard.
And she is never seen again.
Nope,
Nope,
gone.
nope.
But
I mean, it's never even really established where he's coming from.
it looks like California.
It's probably
But
another
he
part of
acts
the
like,
Small town.
shut up, babe. It's Van Nuys, California on the TV. Let's pay attention. But, I mean, keep in mind, this movie takes place over the course of maybe 72 hours. So it's,
If that.
because,
Yeah.
I mean, we're
It
told
starts
that,
with a cruise.
Yeah.
And ends with a cruise.
Yeah.
So maybe a week.
maybe a week.
I would
Okay,
give it a
'cause
week.
Cruising night is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense. Van
Duh.
Nuys
Hey,
is fucking
cruising night is
wild.
Tuesday, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, obviously.
Live stream night's Wednesday.
Yeah.
How do these things happen? They just happen, man.
They do. We're cruising
Yeah.
on the internet with microphones.
But yeah, Van Nuys Boulevard is a cruising spot, and it's
Nuys.
and it is so busy
Not
that
that
it's,
kind of cruising.
No,
Vehicle cruising.
It's just driving up and down the street in your car while everyone goes, "Hey, it's you," and you go, "Yeah, look at you, it's me," and
Look
they
at my
just
car. It's the same one from last Wednesday.
keep going back and forth, I guess. But no one's really going that fast because it's fucking bumper to bumper.
That's cruising, Chuck.
Yeah, but it's
You're
like-
old. You should remember this.
You don't go cruising to
Yeah.
race.
I know.
You race as a result of cruising.
I understand.
Chill out.
It just seems strange.
That's because we live in a mixed-up world where nobody just slows the fuck down and goes, you know what? Life's kind of
Yeah.
okay.
I want to explain something to you, Chuck. Before everyone had phones,
Yeah.
this was how you gathered and socialized.
Yeah.
One of the
This
ways.
is Facebook.
Okay, I thought they just went to the rec center, but
When somebody,
No.
like,
You only go
When
to
a
the rec
nice-
center when it's in danger.
Yes.
when a nice lady leans out of the car and flashes her tits at you, that's like a Facebook like.
oh,
I think that's like a tender swipe or
No,
something.
no,
tender
no, no, because it's
No.
just in passing. There's
It's like a
nothing
Facebook poke.
yeah, it's more like
Remember
a poke.
poke on
It's-
Facebook?
I do not.
More like a poke.
It's
Maybe
kinda
it's like a
poke.
Facebook love. 'cause
A
I got the
like is
hearts
what
out.
happens momentarily. Facebook likes start being handed out left and right in this film. But so Bobby has shown up.
So, I think my point is made.
You're right. You've convinced me.
That's the actual poke.
Yeah. Okay. Bobby has shown up, and they cruise down Van Nuys for about 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes of this movie that's on Van Nuys.
While
But-
the theme song
Yeah,
plays.
but so like this thought. So there's this song, Van Nuys,
Van Nuys.
that just it played so long we thought it was going to play over the entire movie. Like it was just going to be nonstop cruising and this song just narrating everything that happens. Not really narrating, but just kind of anger growling out words.
Sort of gently star-groving.
Yeah. Yes.
Or gruntily star-groving.
Groving at my chamber door.
Yes.
Yes. So you're kind of introduced to characters. There's Chooch, who's got a car.
He's got like a roadster type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a Ford
Not a van.
Roadster.
No, not a van. And speaking of vans, Bobby's van fucking sucks.
It does.
It is a piece of trash.
I'll tell you now, one van.
Well,
if that.
yeah, oh.
Half a van, probably, actually.
Trash vans.
Yeah.
5 trash
Garbage
vans.
van.
So Bobby's van is supposed to be fast, not good looking.
Yeah.
And it is it is actually neither.
Right.
Because it's actually a piece of shit. It's just dubbed to sound like it's fast. But
Yep. It's a trash van. The extras driving around in their vans have
Way
some of the
cooler.
better vans.
still,
Better-
though,
Not no wizards or shit,
No.
But the logos, like black cherries on wild cherries
cherry,
on one, Orient Express is on one. Nice paint jobs,
Yeah.
jacked up wheels, and
It's a different kind of van culture out here in Van Nuys.
It's not really about the airbrushing.
I'm going to lay it on you like this. Being that this is Van Nuys and not Missouri, right away you can see that there are better ways to spend your time than painting your van.
I guess so. You're probably doing a whole lot more fucking at the Pleasure Drive-In.
I'm thinking like those folks that we saw at the Van Freakout 76. They needed the artwork on their van in order to say, "I would like to have the
Come
sex."
hither.
These people are all nice enough looking that they can just go like, "I would like the sex," and opposite, equally attractive people go, "I would also like the sex."
I will
Let's do
say
that.
most people on Van Nuys don't even have to say, "I would like the sex." Sex is just thrown in their lap.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So
That's that van culture, man.
Yeah, because like we're at the Pleasure Drive-In, which is just a Sonic, for modern kids.
Yeah.
Right.
But
A Sonic with
just
Hooters sensibilities.
Yes.
Yes. Only true 70s kids will appreciate.
Scantily clad waitress is delivering food.
Named Wanda.
Walks, knocks on the back of a van, opens it up. People back there fucking, and they're just like, "Hey, great food, all right, thanks, man."
she's nonplussed.
Yeah, no,
She's just like, "Here's your food."
They're fucking.
She's used to it.
Yeah, totally. And Bobby pulls up and parks, and she's like, "Hey, you're new," and he's like, "Yeah, totally am."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What do you want?" And he's like, "Cheeseburger, fries, and a shake." And she's like,
Triple thick shake.
Yeah, and she's like, "Okay, I'll go get your food."
Yeah, as he's just like staring down her cleavage.
Yeah,
Well, she's also presenting
And
it
commenting
onto the
on it.
windowsill.
she is presenting.
Yes, he's jealous of the door because she is resting her
Yeah.
Hooters on them.
Hooters.
That's trademark.
Yeah.
Her
Hooters.
décolletage.
Yeah. But we'll note Wanda is played by one of the prostitutes from Truck Turner.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Yep.
Good
So
for her.
BMFcast
Moving
alum.
up. Got a
Yes.
job. Got cleaned up.
Yep.
And
She has graduated to
Working in Van Nuys.
to work in the drive-in at Van Nuys.
Yes.
Bobby, by the way, also comes to us via another BMFcast movie, which is The Van.
Right. He was.
So he's a double vanner,
he
man.
was a vanner.
He was the van.
Yeah.
No.
No, he was not the van. He did not play the van. But so while he's waiting for his food, we cut back to Van Nuys Boulevard,
Van Nuys.
where Chooch is getting up to some shenanigans because he gets mooned, and he's just like wowie zowie, and
By a lady.
yes, by a lady,
Yeah.
very important. Almost runs a red light, like stops in the
Stops
intersection.
in the middle of the intersection, yes.
To which the cops were like, "Get over there, Chooch."
Fucking chooch.
Yeah, and the main cop, the only cop really in the movie, is
Zass.
Officer Al Zass, and he's just giving Chooch shit, and Chooch is just like, "Whatever, dude."
Zass
Chooch
was
is talking
also
shit at him.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chooch was backsassing Zass.
the Zass was the cop that was being interviewed on the television program from earlier,
His interview was what made Bobby want to go to
Right.
Van Nuys Boulevard.
and they're looking
If
for
the
like
cops don't want it, I want to be there.
Right.
they're looking for any reason to arrest these kids because they're upset that they're there
On a Wednesday.
on a Wednesday. Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
Hey, man, people have to work.
Right.
They have to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
These people don't.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
No, yeah. No
That's
one,
the problem.
So he's like, "Hey, Chooch, your engine looks pretty good. Why don't you rev it for me?" And he's like, "All right." And he's like,
That sounds good. No, it doesn't. It sounds great.
"Yeah, yeah." And he's like, "I'm gonna bust you for noise."
Running the red light and noise, and then
But then he's just like, "But the lady, she wounded me, and I would." And he's just like, "Yeah, tell it to the judge. Come on."
but Chooch sasses Zass
He does sass
about his
the
mother.
Zass. Yes,
and
several
that's,
times.
and that's what really gets Zass's goat.
Yeah,
is
he's like,
he-
"Hurry up! I need to get back to service your mother."
right. So Zass arrests him for sass.
Yes. Number one ordinance breaking.
Right.
Sassing the Zass.
Busted it for ass, grass, or sass.
Yeah. So then we go back to the drive-in, and Wanda has shown up with Bobby's food, and then
Just says, "Hey, meet me in the back."
yeah, and he's like, "The back? What do you? Why? What do you mean?" And it's just sex time, but
Yep.
sex involves Lady in the Tramping this hamburger
that's like got like just like
Oh no, that's Lady and the Tramp is sweet and tender, Chuck.
Yeah,
this is full on smoshing.
Yeah, this is
Yes, you're correct.
And this thing's like heavy duty ketchup and mustard all over it. It's just like a fucking
It's all
nasty burger.
It's like if you made a Big Mac, but for real, like you made a real burger, Big Mac style, you know, double cheeseburger, bun in the middle, and then put all the condiments.
And then put more condiment than meat
Yes.
in this burger.
He's more condiment than meat now.
And then smashed it together between people's faces. And
I don't know. I might give that a try.
fucking vile.
It is.
I like
disgusting.
hamburgers and
They should have put an over easy egg on top of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That I would fuck up.
Fucking disgusting.
But yeah, it doesn't.
God damn it.
It doesn't stop there because then there's also whipped cream and other shenanigans.
Oh, they're squirting each
Whipped
other
cream.
with
Well,
ketchup.
she has ketchup all over her.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
T's
was
and
a
B's.
close-up of their faces, just like screen. I can't imagine this at a drive-through, the vileness of these fucking faces smashing together, and then cut to a wider shot of the two of them naked, just spraying each other with ketchup and mustard and whipped cream.
Right. That's.
The fuck, Vanners? What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Sometimes
You got to
just
respect
gotta
the
get
ketchup
wild, I
and
guess.
mustard. And
Why are
the
you kink shaming the Vanners here? I mean, come on.
Because
No, I'm king-shaming them for combining whipped cream,
Yeah.
mustard, and ketchup.
Oh, so
That's
this is,
disgusting.
So this is a taste thing, like not so
Oh,
much
yeah.
a
Yeah.
sexual perversion.
you want to
type of
squirt
thing.
something on the other person, that's fine, but at least make them.
Yeah, at least
You know.
make sure that the flavor profile is
exactly.
correct.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
want a
seriously.
good mouthfeel when
You've got to
you
get
get in there.
some umami with
I
your,
mean, for God's
your
sake.
sweet.
I mean, this isn't fucking Nickelodeon. You can't just mix a bunch of garbage and go, well, it's Double Dare and Physical Challenge, you know. So,
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, you're just going to get vomit all over each other by the end of it.
which is.
I mean, they could be into that.
Yeah, that's what's going to
They're
happen.
Vanners. They're
man.
weird people.
I guess anything goes in the Vanner culture, but
It apparently does.
Yeah.
Then we're transported to a gas station.
Yes. Where we
And-
meet.
Yeah, a lot of this is
We're
happening
Greg.
simultaneous
Yeah.
because some of this is about to like come together
Mm-hmm.
later at while this
Over
is finishing up.
fans.
Yes,
So-
we're just getting all the characters to
Yeah.
introduce themselves so they can meet up and all
Right.
become one, literally. Because so Greg is driving and Greg has friend in car,
Yep.
and it's just let's get some gas, and then this other car pulls up and Greg's like, "That's the girl. I dreamt about her 3 nights in a row. I'm gonna go tell her." And the friend is like, "Greg, no.
yeah, he's like,
You're
great.
gonna fucking die if you do that."
Yeah. And
Look
keep
at
in
that
mind,
meathead muscle asshole that she's with.
wearing his letter jacket.
And he's like, I can't not tell her that I dreamed about her for 3 days and we went to an amusement park together. Now, any other movie, this guy would be fucking pummeled to death. But Van Nuys
In real
is
life, this man would
Yes,
be pummeled to death.
But Van Nuys is a magical place because
Sure
what
is.
happens is he goes to talk to her and she's just like, "Yes, can I help you?" And he's like, "I dreamt about you." And she's like, "Oh God," and starts rolling up the window. And then meathead boyfriend is like, "Hey, pal, knock it off. Get away from her. That's my girl."
Yeah.
And then Greg
Which
just
is
starts
a
being
legitimate beef.
Yeah, but Greg just starts being Ralph Malph about everything and just is like, "Hey, guy," bleh, you know. And
No, he actually says, I'm sorry, I was just had to tell her that I was dreaming about
yeah.
her.
And he's like, "Oh, you know what? Well, how about my fist in your stomach?" So he punches him through a pyramid of oil cans.
Yes.
And you
Somebody
think,
hates these cans.
and you think like, okay, well, that's the end of this. Greg decides no. He picks up like a wrench.
Well,
And-
the interstitial is that, like, Greg's actually about to win because whatever her name is like, meathead, you're such a dick. Why do you always got to do this to people?
Yeah.
I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And she gets out of the car, I think, and walks away.
She starts to, but doesn't. He grabs her and is like, "Where are you going?"
Yeah.
And then that's when
She's like, "You always use your fists for everything."
And that's when Greg's like, oh, look, I found a fucking tire iron.
Yeah.
Your shit's wrecked
And he's-
now.
He smashes every headlight on
Yeah.
on that dude's car. To which that guy justifiably gets out and just like,
I'm going to beat your ass.
"Yeah, I'm gonna murder you."
To which Greg gets in his car, rolls up, and then tries to take off.
And his friend hops out. His
Yeah.
friend is like, "I want no part of this. I'm out,"
Yeah.
and stays behind.
And probably almost gets his ass beat.
Yeah,
So he's like, "Well,
He's like,
that
man, I
wasn't
tried
me."
to stop him.
yeah.
Greg
So
peels out
yeah,
and leaves.
And Meathead goes and gets back in his car. They're gonna leave, and then out of nowhere, Greg backs into that guy.
No, he drives straight in, straight.
It
like,
does a header.
head-
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they are
Head on.
windshield to windshield. Yeah. So just fucking slams
And
into
then,
him.
yeah, and then hops out of the car and just starts smashing his hood.
He's like, "Come on,
And then that guy's like, all right, I'm going to grab a sledgehammer and just smash up your car.
I'm gonna smash your car."
So for like 5 minutes, it's the two of them smashing the car while
But also,
while this girl is like,
Oh yeah, she's
All
out
right.
of the car now, and I'm done.
Yeah.
But even better is that the gas station attendants get in and they're like, "Oh, you're smashing cars? I have a sledgehammer just for this occasion."
I'm getting in on this.
Yeah.
And it's just 3 dudes beating the fuck out of 2 cars.
Gleefully.
Yeah.
Oh, but the gas station attendant is like, he's got like that cool guy swing with a sledgehammer. It's
Yes.
just like pose, slam,
And he's in his zone. Like, he's not paying attention to either.
And at some point, Greg is like, "Hey, that's my mom's car. Stop it." And it's like, dude, you brought this all on yourself.
Yeah, you escalated this for no reason.
Yeah,
and then you left,
meanwhile,
and you had a
the
chance.
girl that they all care about has walked out and hitched a ride.
Yeah.
With her
This
friend
girl
Moon.
is Melissa Prophet, who is also a BMFcast alum from Invasion USA.
Hell yeah.
And will probably be a future alum because she's in Fatal Games.
Okay.
Which,
yeah. Oh, the Javelin movie?
yep.
Oh, fuck,
We'll
yes.
be watching Fatal Games at some point. Yeah. I'm just going to call that now. But yes. Current alum, future alum.
Okay.
But
yeah,
yeah.
she drives up in the best van in the movie.
Yeah, Moon
Yeah.
is the girl who's
And
was
she's
Playboy Playmate of the Year, so that should
perfectly
tell
acceptable.
you what her role will be.
she's pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she has the best van in the movie because her name is Moon, and she has a moon-themed van.
Yes.
That's how you fucking
It's a dark
do
blue
it.
van with... Go ahead.
Oh, no. Finish.
No, it's a dark blue van
I'm-
with airbrushed moon landscape on the
Like
back.
one side's like a full moon, and the other one has like a little moon and like clouds or something
It's
around
a
the window.
yin-yang symbol on
Yeah.
the side.
Butts, maybe.
It could
Maybe
be some
It
butts.
could be some butts.
But
But
the cherry on top
Uh-huh.
is that her license plate says "I moon you."
It does.
Yeah.
It's the total package.
good.
Yeah. Plus, it's like crushed
She could have
velvet,
been
blue
the
interior.
one that mooned Chooch earlier. Who
Could
knows?
have.
Should have, but she was rolling around in a van. That was somebody in a car.
No, she was
She
just-
could have been
she-
riding in somebody else's
Yeah,
car and then
possibly.
grabbed
yeah,
her
they
van
could be
later.
going to pick up her
Who
sweet
knows?
van.
Possibly.
Right.
Who knows?
You don't want to moon out of your moon van. That's
Yeah, right.
that's just too
But-
much mooning.
So they drive off,
Too
and
on
it's
the
like
nose.
Camille, the girl that
Butt nose.
Bobby was after, is like, or not Bobby, the other dude.
Greg.
Greg.
Yeah.
Greg.
Wow, is there all the Brady boys in here? Yeah.
Yes.
Where's Peter?
It's in the
yeah.
Huh?
But yeah, they drive off, and then basically like Jock Guy and Greg are kind of like, we're friends now, sort of. Kind
They're
of.
just kind of like, I can't believe we wrecked each other's cars. I should really pummel you some more, but I need to hitch a ride. Like, they're just kind of like friend jibing each other. Like, they just, tripped over each other or something. Like, no big deal just happened. They didn't just obliterate each other's cars.
Yeah.
They're now being towed away to the junkyard forever.
Which kind of like fits the theme of this movie, where it's just kind of like it's a hangout slice of life thing where there's no real consequences for anything.
Zero consequence. It's just
very little conflict.
it's
as
just
well.
fun trucking. Everyone's fun trucking.
Yeah.
This is the fun
It's a
trucking
van
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Watch
a lady
watch your donkey.
Yeah, exactly. Watch your donkey. A lady wearing a Crown International Pictures T-shirt pulls up and is just like, "Hey, meathead, get in here." And the friend is like, "Can I go too? I don't take up much room." And then they speed off.
Yeah, they let him in, and Greg's like, "What
What
about, me,
It's
man?"
like, well, fuck you.
Yeah. He's like, "I think you forget what just happened,
Yeah.
Greg."
This was all your fault, Greg.
Yeah. So Greg is left behind, and in any other movie, you're like, that dumb fucking dweeb. Of course he's left behind. Fuck Greg.
Yeah, he's gonna have an adventure with a tow truck driver or something.
Sure, yeah, some dumb thing, and he's never gonna get laid.
Like
Ha ha.
he'll show up at the last frame of the movie, like, "Hey guys, I'm finally here."
Yeah, I
and we're all
finally
going
made it.
on.
But so he's
Nope.
standing there for 45 seconds, and then a hot biker lady shows up.
Smoking hot biker
And she gets
lady.
like the hero reveal shot, like
Yeah.
from foot head to toe, or foot to toe, or head.
Yeah, it's like dressed in leather all the way up, and then nothing on the midriff,
like
and
a
then he-
leather bikini
Yeah,
top.
and you're just like, wait, what? And then she's just like motions him to get on, and he does, and they go back to the biker lair.
And then they get off.
The biker layer is where we get both the bikers and the topless dancers.
Yeah, they go into the biker lair, and you're looking at this,
And they do drive by the other friends who left him
Oh, yeah.
behind,
Because they have a
and
flat
they
tire.
have a flat tire they're replacing. They're like, and he's like, "Ha ha!"
And
fuckers."
yes, that is Greg. The rest of the movie is doing the fucking Nelson laugh.
Yeah,
And he's just like, I can't believe that guy. He's always winning, that Greg.
but yeah, they go back to the biker den, and
And-
she just leads him through this party.
Yeah, so everything you know about bikers, man. Like, they roll up on this house, and it's fucking seedy as shit, and there's just bikers and half-drugged women everywhere, and you're just like, oh, man, Greg's gonna be fucking murdered.
Yeah, Greg's dressed in like khakis and like a polo shirt.
Yeah. And
They're
you're
gonna
like,
like put Greg on the barbecue.
and
right. They're
Greg's just
serving
a-
Greg later.
Yeah, and Greg's just a dorky looking motherfucker.
Greg's gonna be outside, like, great bike, guys, and leans
Yeah.
on him, like,
Yeah,
dominoes
knocks them all over,
65
and then they're just like,
bicycles.
Greg is
kill
just-
Greg.
dorky ginger guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're thinking like the rest of the movie is just going to be Greg running through the frame and 80 bikers chasing after him, and that's going to be...
Yeah, like her big biker boyfriend finds him.
But no, they walk into this room with this majestic mural on the wall.
Oh my God.
It is just full floor-to-ceiling rainbows and like healers.
Like Dr.
and,
Manhattan looking dude.
Yeah, and just this landscape and everything, and you're just like, this is the greatest fucking room ever. And it's literally a fucking room, because 10 seconds later... They are naked and they are
he's
fucking.
unzipping her boots.
Yeah.
And they have to show their mouths licking lips for like another 5 minutes.
Which
again, on a giant drive-in screen, had to be kind of horrifying for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then it's just like, hey, time to get it on.
Yeah.
They fuck.
Yeah, they do.
And then she just drops Greg right back off at the fucking gas station.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally where she picked him up.
Mm-hmm. And he's just like, cool.
Yeah.
See ya.
And he stumbles away walking funny.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
that's
the van sex has ended at back at the
well,
Paradise
yeah,
Drive-In.
Moon and Camille have shown up at the drive-in, not the theater, the restaurant.
at the Paradise Drive-In.
Yeah.
It's a very confusing thing that we call two
Boobatorium.
things drive-ins.
That's
but
true, yes.
The drive-in eatery.
Because they always say the drive-in. And
Right.
You would always
Right.
go, wait, which one? But yeah,
You got
so
a context. Do you want to go to the drive-in to get laid in the back of your van, or do you want to go to the drive-in to get laid in the back of your van?
Good point.
With
I didn't think
food.
of it that way.
But Moon and Camille see Bobby basically getting out of the back of the van with the car hop. Mm-hmm. And they're like,
No, I don't think they see that. I think he...
they see the whole van shaking for a
Because
while.
they're like, wow.
what's going on in that
there?
van? And then like when he gets out, they're like, oh, wow, look at that. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somehow she has showered herself clean of all the
He has as
the
well.
vile flavor
He's doing
profile that has been left all over
Yeah,
her.
he's doing the
Vile
post-shower, just, cleaning my hair with a towel thing. And then
Yeah.
Camille is like, oh, hey, you're new, aren't you?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
well, they're like, what do you got in that van? And
Yeah.
he's like, something turbo. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's pretty fast. And he's like, beat you. And he's
Better
like,
than you.
You want to find out? We go to Rainier Boulevard or
Yeah,
whatever. That's
we go
where
to
we drag.
Rainier.
He's like, I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, they're like, follow me.
Well, you fucking nerd. It's a street. Let's go.
So
He's
they
like,
follow each other this road, set it all up. Camille's like, they've got firecrackers.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
like the start symbol, and they start to go, and cop car pulls out and stops
Yeah.
the drag race.
Yep.
We will note Moon is beating her.
yes.
Beating
Or beating him,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Moon is winning the race when the cop car pulls out.
Yeah.
And the next scene is them being tossed into jail.
Yep.
Where
With Chooch.
where Chooch is already there.
Chooch is already there.
It's just a co-ed pokey.
Yeah.
Because they've run out of jail cells because
So many
all
vanners.
all the vanners, yeah.
Wednesday Madness.
Yeah.
All the cruising.
So they're just chilling, and Chooch is just like, yeah, we're going to be here till
Yeah,
dawn.
he
Just-
picks me up every week
just
and
deal with
for
it.
a long time because
Yeah.
I'm like old.
And they all bond for 45 seconds maybe, and then Greg shows up, and you think Greg has shown up to bail them out.
Nope.
Nope.
They just plop him in there, and then you're like,
Well,
wait,
he actually seems like, let me in.
yeah, I want to hang out. And they let him in, and eventually they're just like, Greg, what are you doing here? And he's just like, I didn't have both feet on the curb.
I
when
was hitchhiking without one foot on the curb.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, the
And he's-
lamest way you can get arrested.
Yeah. And then they're just like, hey, what do you want to do tomorrow?
Well, he's like, like I'm here, and like all of a sudden he's friendly with Camille now. Like she's just like, I now I'm kind of into you, and he's like,
Yeah, he actually pushes Moon and Camille apart so he can sit between the two
Right.
of them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's like, we should go to the amusement park tomorrow. And they're like,
Just
"What?"
like my dream.
yeah, just
No,
like my dream.
and then she's like, no, and then Moon's like, I'll go, and everyone else is like, I'll go.
And they convinced Chooch to go, and
Yeah.
then like cut to them at Magic Mountain the next day. Like,
Talk
Here we
about
are.
this.
Yeah.
They go to lots of things at Magic Mountain because like first they're like we're gonna have to ride the Revolution, like the loop-de-loop roller coaster, and you could tell Chooch is scared about this, and
Yeah,
he's like,
Chooch is not
nah,
a fan.
man, we gotta like build up the suspense before we do that. Let's go do some other stuff, and it's shooting galleries and frisbee tosses and
yeah, just games and
All the- yeah.
running
Yeah.
around. It's just let's spend a day at
Carousel.
Magic Mountain and
Yeah.
film it.
oh, and then Chooch just like chilling on the merry-go-round, like he's in like
Yes.
one of those like
He's in the
bench
sleigh.
seats. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, just like chilling. Like he should have been smoking,
Yeah.
but he's just chilling
Yeah.
there and.
I just love that Chooch looks like a mustachioed Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does kind
He
of.
looks like William H. Macy in Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
He's
I
just-
was saying he looks more like Thomas Jane in Boogie Nights.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
Because as
So,
soon as you showed
he's
up, I
more-
was like, he's a little bit older than everybody
Yeah.
else, and it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
but
we
Chooch-
really weren't clear about Chooch's age. He is clearly of another generation than these kids.
Well,
like he shouldn't be there.
There's a clue because on the wall where there's all the graffiti in the it says like he has his name on there because he says he's been there a long time and it says 1961.
Okay,
so
that's when
I
it started.
picked that up.
Ah,
I'm saying it said Chooch 1961.
Nice
yeah,
Too long, Chooch.
I saw Chooch. I just didn't catch the 61.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, they have their day.
They win a bunch of
eventually,
prizes.
Chooch has to throw up into the bathroom, which
Well,
is
after
a
they
comedy
ride the
scene.
coaster.
They
Yeah.
ride the coaster, which, man, so they get on this thing, and first of all, there's like no bar that comes down, and they're just all hanging out there.
Yeah, that was kind of like horrifying.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they
like
just had
considering
a
it has a
or
loop
whatever.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How did not more people die when you don't have the bar that comes down? They're just like, hey, just hang on to this.
well, so they're going
It's
to
like, good luck,
or did
man.
they just have seatbelts and like half the people
yeah.
were paralyzed from
That's
the waist down by the
pretty
time
much
they
it.
came off
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
thing?
It was simple Darwinism, like this was a time when no one was
Yeah.
allergic to peanuts or
You fly out, you're
Shit.
meant to die.
I'm just
yeah,
saying like
it's like that's what happens.
we used to weed this out.
If you were meant to die, this is how it happens. So the ride is starting and they're going up, and Bobby fucking lights up like on the way. He's just like, "Yeah, man, fantastic!" And just starts like, "You're like, dude, what are you doing? You can't fucking smoke on a roller coaster."
we should also mention Chooch. Like somebody won a giant stuffed animal and something and handed it to Chooch,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden he's like,
It was Greg.
"Oh, actually, I like this."
Yeah, Greg
So-
wins it and hands it to him.
I will say, like, there are lots of hints dropped in this movie that Chooch is going to turn out to be homosexual. I'm just saying, like, they're setting this up. It feels like because like he gets the animal, it's like, "Oh, I love you," and
Yeah.
all this stuff. And
He's sensitive.
yes. I mean, it never full on goes
No.
there.
But in
that's the-
1979, it's like, oh, he's going to turn out to be gay.
I'm saying even now, it's just like it seems like they're
Yeah.
dropping the clues, not in a stereotypical fashion now, but like in this movie, I was like, oh, I bet they think they're being subtle.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, and they get off this roller coaster, and he immediately has to go find a bathroom and puke, which is another weird comical scene because every stall is taken.
Yeah,
and everyone in the stalls suddenly has to pop their heads out when he
Right.
starts
Yeah,
puking.
there's a flush door, flush door, flush door as these guys' heads pop out like Three Stooges style, and they're like,
And they're
what's
just
going
like,
on there?
What's happening? What's that man doing? It's funny. So,
But then they're like, oh, we got to ride this other roller coaster.
Yeah.
And then it seems like they're still at Magic Mountain because it just hard cuts to they're in this discotheque.
they are.
And it's like, is this part of Magic Mountain? Like,
Could be.
but
It's magic.
I don't think so. I think it's
No,
just
it's-
time
it's-
passed and they're in this bar.
Yeah.
But
and they have a special presentation.
They do.
yeah,
Yes.
like the way it's set up, like they got this cool motherfucker like introducing this, and then they're like, it's first time in Southern California and all this, and it's like, welcome from Kansas City, the Kansas City Glitter
Kansas City
They're
Kings Glitter
Kings
Girls.
Glitter Girls.
Which were the pep squad for the Kansas City Kings,
Who
the
became-
NBA franchise
Yeah.
that became the Sacramento Kings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why they're in Van Nuys, I don't know.
And why they're performing at this bar, but
They danced for a
Hey,
while.
yeah, and
It was a West Coast trip for the Kings.
Maybe,
so
yeah.
they were there when it was filming time.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
make a few dollars, I guess.
But,
it's boring as fuck.
yeah, they dance. Well, when it first starts, you're like, oh man, this movie is everything. But then you're like, oh wait, these girls aren't very attractive, and the song
They're
is going
also
on for
kind of
9 minutes.
older. Like I'm just
yeah,
saying,
it's
like,
Mom.
yeah, like one of the first ones you see, I
Stop
swear,
dancing,
is like grandma's
Yeah.
haircut. I mean, swear to God, like
Yeah.
I saw it, I was just like, holy shit,
Yeah.
grandma, why are you?
It was an old haircut in the 70s.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it's like,
was.
you got your hair
None of them
good.
are good looks.
Yeah. But so that goes on for a while, and then they're all just like, "Hey, you want to dance? Let's dance." And
Yeah, and I guess at some point Bobby makes fun of Chooch, and Moon is like, "Why do you always make fun of him?
yeah, always.
Why are you such a
He's
jerk
making fun of
about
Chooch
him?"
a lot.
He is, yes, but it's not necessarily that Greg is making fun of Chooch. That's the problem. It's that Bobby sticks up for Greg, and then
Yeah.
that's the issue. Is like, why do you always stick up for Greg? And it's like, I've known all you people for 6 hours. I haven't
Yeah.
slept. The second I got here, I had sex with a waitress in the back of my van. I'm still covered with ketchup. I just nothing's real, man. The Kansas City Kings glitter girls are here. I don't know what's happening.
They followed me.
I don't know how.
But she's just like, so are we going to dance or what? And he's like, I don't know. And she's like, you can't dance, can you? And he's like, yeah, I can fucking dance. I could dance. Let's go dance. And then
She obviously kind of leads him for like 3 steps, and all of a sudden he's like, "I got this. I was a member of ABBA."
yeah, he's like,
he's like hands above the head, like, "Oh yeah,
I dance too."
I can fucking disco now."
and then it's just dancing for a while. And
Yeah.
you're like, all right. Like, there are just no problems in this world. Like, these these 5 or 6 people just become fast friends
yeah.
overnight in jail,
And the
then
conflict between the two of them is like she storms off, and they're like, she likes you, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, no.
Yeah.
And they're like, get over there and talk to her.
Yeah,
And like that is the extent of the conflict.
really,
And then she's like, are we dancing or what?
yeah.
And then he is, they're all like, all right, we're done dancing, and he's like, woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, banter. Like, they're all like cementing their love at this point, more or
they
less.
are.
I'm saying, like, they've officially established Moon and Bobby are a thing, and Greg and
Camille
are like now. That's the most inexplicable one, because like she was just like, ugh, you're weird, and why are you talking about dreams too? Like, I'm all over you.
Hey,
Again,
man, one night in lockup.
I don't understand this fucking movie where they present the nerdiest character of the movie. Not only does he get laid in the interim before getting his dream girl, he instantly gets his dream girl. She's literally a dream girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
And it takes 12 hours, and she's just like, yeah, Greg's my man.
Yeah, we went to Magic Mountain together.
Yeah. We rode a coaster and made Chooch throw up, so
I
guess we are one now.
I suspect the director wrote himself into the movie, but that's just a suspicion.
Yeah. Now, what happens next is a little weird, and it gets weird. It gets gross, but it
starts gross.
It starts gross, and then it kind of resolves itself into, all right, I guess this poor fucker has suffered enough, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But waitress lady from earlier, Wanda from the car hop from earlier, apparently begged a ride home from Zaz, the cop dude.
Yep.
And he didn't take her home. He took her to the beach and is pawing at her, and she's like, no, no, no. And he's like, yes, yes, yes. And then she's like, hold up, let's play a game. Mm-hmm. You go out there, and I'm going to make myself ready. Close your eyes, all this. And basically, like, takes his handcuffs and handcuffs his hands between the two doors, like between the two windows.
Yes. Yeah.
So that he's locked to his cop car. Mm-hmm. And then she takes his, I guess she, I don't really
She
understand.
basically just takes his
She's
shirt.
she's like not wearing anything. I don't know where her car hop uniform went or regular clothes, but like she has no clothes, so she takes his cop shirt and then walks off.
At the very least, her bra was inside the car.
Yes,
as
true.
we find out
Comes up
later.
later.
But-
Right.
Yeah.
But and it just leaves him and like, oh, well, I guess I'll leave the keys. Plop, and puts him about 10 feet away from the car. And later, bye. And then that's so we keep cutting back to the cop. He's basically locked up there for most of the rest of the movie, and we keep cutting back to him like,
For the entire rest of the
God,
movie.
please, somebody help me out of this car. But I guess we could just cover his shit.
We can cover all that shit.
Because it doesn't really come back. I mean, like, first he's there and like, does his dog show up first?
No, the biker
the
shows
biker,
up for
this
that.
biker dude shows up.
And steals all his shit.
All his shit, yeah.
The biker dude,
The biker dude is fucking awesome.
awesome. He's
Yeah.
super chill.
Like, I reversed my stand. Well, we never saw him on a bike, so maybe he just looked.
He
We might be
just-
judging
He
him.
looks like a biker dude.
Yeah.
Dude smokes weed, though. I know that.
He does.
He had a big giant 13
Yeah.
tattooed on his forearm.
But he's just like, I'm going to take your badge. I'm going to take your wallet. I'm going to take all your money.
Yeah, and he's like, "Why won't you just help me, man?
He's
What's
like-
your problem?"
He goes like, "Could I have a drink?" Because he's like sipping on Budweiser. He's got like the 6-pack ring of Budweisers.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "Sure, man," and like sets it just far enough away from him to not be able to get to it. And
Zaz is looking at him like, come on.
And he's
man.
like, "Oh, I'm taking your badge. Oh, and I'm taking your money," and tosses his wallet. Like, "Oh, don't take my God. You're gonna get in a lot of trouble." He's like, "I don't give a fuck."
Takes his
Yeah.
flashlight and his nightstick.
rips the radio
and
out.
then
rips the radio out.
fucks the radio up, and he's like, "Why are you doing this?" He's like, "Cause you're the man, man." And that's about it. And
Yeah.
he walks
Yep.
away.
Walks away.
Great line reading.
It's so satisfying.
It's real good. This guy
Yeah.
is just chill as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
like, I'm taking your badge. Puts it on his shirt.
Yep. And keep in mind, this is in daytime now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because this started in the middle of the
Well,
night.
he took her to a secluded part of the beach because like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
nobody
Barely
around.
anyone comes by because like the next person that comes by is a dog.
Yes, there's a dog with a bandana, and it's doing tricks and shit for him, and he's just like, "No, dog, that's great and all, but," he's like, "Go get my keys. I'll give you a treat if you go get my keys." And the dog rolls her over, chases its own tail, does all the dog tricks,
Yep.
and then actually goes over to the keys,
Yeah.
picks them up.
But then kind of backs up like, I
Well,
don't
and
know
he's like,
about this.
"Okay, bring him here." And I don't know why he's saying "bring him to daddy" or this weird shit, but
I think the important thing to note is that he keeps turning on the dog. He begs
Oh, yeah.
for 10 seconds,
Yeah.
and then he yells at the dog for 30 seconds,
Right.
and then begs for 10 seconds. He's
And
obviously an abusive
It's
shithead.
very
yeah.
confusing.
And
for
then the dog is like, "You know what? Fuck you, buddy," and then buries his keys.
Yeah. Drops it on the ground, digs a hole. And
Yeah. And I want to say,
runs away.
I want to say that's the same dog from Malibu Beach that kept running around and stealing everyone's tops because that was the year before this, and it's the Crown International Cinematic Universe.
Sure,
so.
yeah. It's their go-to dog.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they have a trained dog on staff, so
That's a cute dog.
yeah,
it's a good dog.
Yeah, it's a scruffy dog you don't
he's a
see
good
anymore.
boy.
Dog runs off, but nice touch in this scene is like his shoulders are sunburnt to shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he just got sunburnt to shit or if that's a really good makeup job, which I doubt.
Yeah.
It's Elmer's glue.
And
Yeah, they put glue on it.
and somebody
it
pointed out
it looked good.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
say
it
that.
did.
somebody pointed out the fact that both windows are down, and even despite being handcuffed,
Yeah.
you could have shimmied your way in, at least just
Yes.
sitting in the car.
Yeah, he could have made it into the car,
Yeah.
but I
Which
mean,
you could
he's
have done that before the biker, and probably managed to get the radio enough to like say, "Come get me."
Yeah, but he's a dumbass.
Well, no, the
Yes.
biker ripped out the radio.
No, I'm saying before the biker showed up.
right.
He could have, probably, if he was thinking smartly.
yes, but he wasn't.
But he's an asshole.
He's an asshole. Anyway.
Eventually, his mother shows
Yes,
up
his mother shows up, and then it's just like, "I'm going to go help," and he's like, "No, mommy, no, don't leave me there."
because he's like, "Get the keys," and she's like, "I don't see the keys. I gotta go," and he's just like, "Mommy, don't leave me." The end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's his storyline.
Yeah, we'll see him one
Fuck
more
that
at the
whole
end, and then that's it.
Right.
Meanwhile, Wanda
Yeah, she's now sort of trying to get back to town from wherever the hell this is.
trying to hitch a ride.
Yeah, and that's when
And she does it in the best way possible.
well, Chooch is driving down the road and is in the middle of nowhere for whatever. I guess just having some Chooch alone time.
He's driving home from Magic Mountain.
Yeah.
because he's got the giant stuffed dog
He
in
does
his
have
front.
the-
seat.
yeah. But yeah,
From the club. No, he didn't go to the club with them
No,
because
he didn't.
they specifically mentioned like,
He's-
"Where's Chooch?"
he stayed at Magic Mountain.
Yeah, to
'Cause
puke.
he was having a great time.
he rode the roller coaster like 4 more times. Got over his fear.
Yeah.
But yes, she
flashes
She
him.
straight up flashes him, and of course he and hey,
Yeah, because she's basically wearing underwear and a cop shirt.
that's it.
And that's it.
Good outfit.
And she's like, "Can you take me home?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, totally."
Hop in next
He's
to
like,
this
"Hell
giant
yeah."
dog.
Yeah.
He's told my buddy here. And does he? I think he actually takes her back to his place.
Chooch
yeah,
and the pooch.
yeah. This summer on Fox.
I'd watch.
But
that.
yeah, this is
Chooch died on
this
the
is
way
where-
home to his own planet.
this is where my theory from earlier presents itself, because they go back to Chooch's place,
Uh-huh.
and like I said, I mean, I know it didn't mean the same thing in the 70s, but he's got a giant rainbow poster. I know rainbows were just generally overall cool. Like, the only other poster he has is an Elvis poster.
Old Elvis.
Old Elvis.
Fat Elvis.
Fat Elvis poster.
He also has a giant lion tapestry behind his shelves.
He does, and a bunch
And he
of
also has
trophies.
a shelf full of trophies.
Yeah. But like
But-
she makes a move on him, and he quickly scurries into the other room and starts lifting weights.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, what's happening
Yeah,
here?
sorry, but I'm into Van Guys. lady.
Yeah.
But
But
no, it never comes up. She finally pins him down, and it's more like, oh, he's all talk and never having touched a woman.
Yeah.
Okay, it's that
That's-
plot line.
yeah.
Because now he's immediately in love with the first woman that had sex with him, and
Yep.
now they are a couple.
right.
And they all meet back up the next day, which I'm getting all the names confused. Bobby is like, no, we don't know each other, kind of thing.
Well, they go to the
Wanda.
go-kart
Yeah.
track
Yeah,
in the
that's what it was,
arcade.
yeah.
So, like, there's this old lady who sets the record on the track.
Yeah, Gertie.
Yeah. And
She's
then
awesome.
Chooch is out there running the track and just commenting to himself the entire time about everything he's doing. And
Like
this
he's
is-
on an episode of Top Gear.
It's just ridiculous commentary.
And Wanda is cheering him on like this is fucking 24-hour at Le Mans.
yeah,
here.
like you got to fucking make it. And so he sets the record, and this is like 30 seconds after the old lady set the record. And then you kind of said, now the old lady's going to chase after him with her purse.
I didn't say it. Somebody did. But yes.
Okay. And literally out of frame, the old lady just starts chasing
my
Chooch.
record. Now,
And-
now, keep in mind, like this is traditional. Like this looks like Minnie Pearl old lady with
Yeah.
a hat and
Yeah.
giant
Yeah.
bag full of bricks and shit.
And she just pummels him with her purse for a while.
And then it cuts away.
And then they're inside playing
Air hockey.
It's him and Wanda, and she's like, what's Chooch mean?" You know, it's like maybe
Yeah.
ask these questions before you have the sex, but and he just says a bunch of stuff. It's like, it's short for choo choo, and trains and things, and he's whatever.
I thought he said choocher.
Choochie.
Choochie?
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck
It doesn't
ever.
matter.
None of those are words or names. But eventually, he says his name is Leon, and she's like, Leon. Yeah. So they play some pinball.
Yeah, but there she's introduced to Bobby.
All right, Bobby
plays
comes in
it
like,
off,
"Hey,
'cause he-
Chooch is here." And
Yeah, and he's like,
Yeah. No, we have never met. Nice to meet you, Wanda.
Wanda and Bobby immediately just go, "Hey, Oh my God.
And this is where I said earlier, because Moon leans over, it was like, I can't remember if she was like, good of you not to mention it, or I can't believe you didn't mention it.
She says it was good of you to not bring that up.
But 2 inches away from where they are.
I'm just saying, like it's showing Moon is cool with the fact that he fucked the
Moon,
waitress in his van, and
care.
she's still all right with it.
Yeah,
Moon is pretty cool throughout.
I'm saying, Moon's all right.
Moon's totally chill.
For now.
Moon and Bobby go play some pinball.
Yeah.
And Moon wins.
Yeah, and he will not stop talking shit while she's playing. She's like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's fucking pinball, dude.
Yeah. But he just won't drop
We
it.
care. We at the BMFcast care.
We do, but not that much. Jesus.
Fuck you, Chuck.
Nah.
Okay.
They should have chosen a better table. Mata Hari is not a good pinball machine.
That's not
true.
Yeah, but they didn't have the choices. That
Okay.
they have now.
That's
They didn't
true.
have Adam's family. They didn't have any of that. They just had ding dings.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway. Yeah. So they all have their fun times, and I guess Greg and Camille's like they get to take Moon's van, and they're like, all right, let's
Oh God.
let's mess around in Moon's van. She gave us the van,
Yeah.
so we can park and get a little of that action. And she's like, well, why don't we go back to my place?
Yeah. Why don't you spend the night with me in my
She's
bedroom?
like, aren't your parents home? She's like, yeah, that'll make it even more exciting.
And she tells him, okay, just climb in the second window on whatever from the end.
Yeah.
To which, of course, we know how this is going to go.
Yeah, he goes, oh, which end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he climbs through the wrong window. Immediately takes off his clothes, climbs into whatever bed he can find, and it turns out that it's her mother.
Of course. And the dad is laying on the other side of the bed.
Yep. And you start to worry about how this is going to go. Luckily, it goes the way it should, which is that she starts screaming and he runs away.
Yes.
So.
Well, it gets weirder because like she's kind of moaning like she's into it when he's grinding up against her, and then reaches over and feels her husband's head, and you're like,
because she feels Greg's head and realizes he has a full head of hair, and she has to confirm in her sleepiness that her husband's on the other side of her with no hair, and then she's like, oh dear God, there's a stranger in here, and she's like, Melvin, get the gun. And he's just like, where is it? I don't know where it is. And she's just like, get him. He's trying to run away, and she has instant bloodlust. She's just like, murder this man.
Yeah. But he dies out the window.
I don't blame her.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he jumps out the window and
end of scene.
Yeah. Next thing.
Sure.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Bobby and Moon are hanging out like on a boat or something, and they've drank the last of whatever liquor they had.
They're just on a beach, but there's a boat on the beach.
Yeah.
Like,
they're at the Malibu Pier.
Sure.
Or something. There's a big sign behind them, the Malibu Beach Pier or whatever. But yeah, they're just standing on a boat that's docked, and they've had this fucking gauntlet of wine. It's just gone. And then he's given like fucking hell, dude. He's just like giving this elaborate like, so what should we do now? Why don't we could take a long walk on the beach and then go skinny dipping.
He says, what do you want to do now? There's like, what should we do next?
Yeah.
And she's like tomorrow?
Yeah.
He's like,
no.
sorry. Swallow my water. Sorry.
It's okay.
Water. How does it happen?
This is why water's bad for you.
This is why I only drink alcohol. God, what have I done? Sorry. So yeah, I mean he's doing that. No, not that.
Nah.
He's like, maybe we could go skinny dipping.
Yeah.
This is like the only time in Van Nuys that anybody's coy about wanting to fuck.
I know. Yeah, that's what I did not. That's why
He's not from there.
I know, but
Yeah, he's still trying to learn their ways.
but here's the thing.
But he was just totally cool with the girl at the drive-in.
I think
yeah,
she
but
caught
she
him
did,
off guard.
She did that. I mean, that was all her. Like, I'm going to be in the back. He's like, wait, van back? What?
But he
What's
wouldn't
happening?
fuck his small town girlfriend when
True.
she was literally on top of him. He's a fucking idiot.
He was sick of her.
And so he's devising this elaborate, like, maybe we can do all these things and then have sex, and then
Well,
eventually
he doesn't even say it that way. He's like, well, we
I
can,
know.
we can get warm and cuddle up. Because
Yeah.
she's like, I don't want to skinny dip. It's cold
it's
out.
cold, yeah. And then he's just like, well,
Yeah.
what about just the cuddling? And
You
she-
can't tell me what to do. I'm out of here.
But eventually she's just like, yeah, that would be all right. So I guess they do.
Van Nuys.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh right,
they
do.
They his shitty
because
van.
they cut to it because there's a slot machine in the back of his van that we're like, oh look, and it's at this point where we start to try to draw the red yarn to all the Polaroids of all these characters and realize like, have they all now slept with each other? Because that's, I think, what's happened here.
Yes,
but they haven't. The only cross
that we've
contamination
seen.
The only but the only cross contamination that we know of is
Contamination.
The Van Nuys virus is already inside you.
right.
We're trying to contain the outbreak here.
Yeah.
Right. The only cross
Wanda
contamination.
and Bobby are patients 0A and 0B.
Right. Wanda and Bobby versus Wanda and Choocher.
Yeah. And we've established Greg just has fucking sex land in his lap, so he's had to have sex with Wanda also.
Well, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows where Greg's
We don't know
from?
how long Greg's been in Van Nuys.
In what we've been
Fair point.
presented.
Yes, I understand all the information is not there. You have to make some deduction. You have to deduce things. You have to infer. I get it.
Yes, based on the evidence that has been presented, Bobby and Chooch are the only Eskimo brothers.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Inuit siblings.
I have a feeling all these people fucked everybody. There's just it's the worst.
Hey,
but
man.
okay,
That's that
Why
van
is that
lifestyle.
bad, Chuck?
it's not.
Okay,
It's just
you
it
said-
seems
You said it's the worst.
it
so
seems
I need to...
weird within the confines of a 90-minute comedy to start to wonder, wait a minute. I understand the mentality in the 70s wasn't there of you've slept with everyone that your partner has slept with, but it's just you start seeing them all pair off and you're just like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, you just accept that they all have chlamydia and you move on.
Well, yeah, that's yes.
You can't spell community without chlamydia.
That checks out. That checks out.
Chuck knows what's up.
You're right.
Yeah. So anyway, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now everybody has slept with somebody.
Yes.
Basically every character with a speaking role.
Yes. They're all doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah,
And-
then they're just hanging out on the beach the next day. Because this is when
They're playing beach volleyball.
Yeah, they cut straight. Like, there's violent cuts of like, now we're having this other fun. And
Yeah.
I think it was the hard cut to beach volleyball. You were like, when do these fuckers work?
They don't.
Yeah.
None
No.
of them
Oh
do.
no, this is the van life,
Yeah.
man.
You just live in your van.
this
and-
is what
Also,
you do
Bobby
now.
is technically on vacation, so
true.
no,
fuck
Bobby
it.
is homeless.
He
You
still has
say
a home back
vacation,
in
you say
Missouri or
homeless,
whatever with his boring girlfriend.
Tomato, chlamydia.
Not that boring of a girlfriend. She was pretty
Chlamydia.
great.
Yeah, that's a great drink, chlamydia.
Yeah. Well, that's the Ninja 3 drink.
But yes, this is the point where like Greg is like, I'm gonna go get us some food, and
He's like, I'm gonna get a sub. Who wants one?
he goes to this
Nobody
guy,
else.
and suddenly it's like, hey, you're Italian. Hey, I'm Sicilian. Oh, I'm half Sicilian. Here, I'll make a great big sandwich, and
You like all of the meat?
I'll put all of the meat on there. And he gets this giant fucking Dagwood sandwich, and is like, I'm gonna eat that, and we joke about this, but he literally unhinges his jaw.
Yep.
We joke about people like, oh, I'm gonna eat that like a fucking snake. No, he literally goes, jaw wide, is stuck open.
Yes.
So there's a scene where they go to the hospital, and the nurse is like, the patient has to tell me what's wrong with him. And he's like, and he's like, and everyone's like, let me just tell you. And he's like, and then like fine, he can't talk. Just listen to his lady. His name is this, and then they're like, "What's his last name?" And everyone's like,
That's the best.
I
That is the
love this
best
detail.
bit of the movie for me is that they all realize they don't know this man's last name.
They don't know nobody knows
No.
anybody else's last name.
But they also won't let him write it down.
No,
and all
because
this
she
stuff.
has to fill out the forms. Look, this bit is contrived as fuck. It is just you want to reach into the screen and go, no, just do this. However, this movie has built this strange goodwill about itself up until this point that this scene happens and you're just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the whole detail of nobody knowing anybody else's last name, despite them everyone acting like they're best buds forever, like is the best detail that sells this scene.
Yes. It's just
and also
this minor
just
little
the sassy black lady behind the counter being like, "You can't write anything down. I have to write it down. It's regulation."
Yeah. And the worst part about the scene is that Bobby violently threatens her. Like, I'm going to come across this counter, and she's just
But
like,
that's
"Oh,
what
hell
works
no."
too. She's like,
Said,
all right,
I'm going to permanently shut you up.
Yeah.
oh, shut your mouth. If
Yeah.
you can't,
Shut your mouth.
if you can't fix this open mouth, I'm going to permanently
Yeah.
shut your.
So, again, hints of Bobby just being a colossal piece of shit.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's not as bad as the guy from the van.
To be fair, she was also being pretty awful. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying ends justify the means, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Everyone's being kind of awful and just fucking hell, let him see a doctor. So
Yeah.
he fixes his jaw, comes out, and is like imitating what he did, manages to do it again. First, like Boy Who Cries Wolf.
He fakes it twice.
Yeah, and then like he actually does it, and then has to go running back in there. Now it's funny because there are the best part about this, besides the kind of like realization that these people don't know shit about each other. In fact, like real names or anything like that.
Yeah.
Is that there is a dude that comes up right behind him, which fucking 70s Borat has his thumb stuck in a bowling ball.
Yes.
Also doesn't have a SAG card because he doesn't say anything. He just plops the bowling ball on the nurse's counter and goes,
Yeah.
like points at it.
And the nurse just shakes her head.
And then the doctor comes out after having treated Greg, and then like also doesn't have a SAG card because he holds up his thumb with a big bandage on it. He's like, "Oh, sorry about that," because apparently he bit his finger while he was fixing him. And then that mute guy leads mute 70s Borat back to fix the bowling. So it's just
Mute 70s.
I'm just
Van
saying
Nuys.
it's pretty funny. Yeah, Van Nuys.
Bad dies.
God damn it.
But yeah, then that scene is over.
Yeah. His
and
medical
then, like,
situation is over. I just love that the most controversial healthcare issue of the 70s was filling out a fucking form.
That's good because it costs like $3 to go to the hospital.
That's true. Oh, also, when they were at the fill-up station earlier, like the guy, because it's full-service gas stations back then, guy goes to Greg and he goes, "What would it be?" And he goes, "Give me one."
Yeah.
He's like, $1 gallon or $1? He's like, $1. I wouldn't waste your time with 1 gallon.
That is like a joke that you would write now for a movie set in the 70s.
I'm saying, like, it's. I want to know how many gallons $1 got you.
Yeah.
It's 1979, so probably
Almost 2.
3 or 4, maybe. Just depends on when.
I don't know if it was that low.
Enough.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's just another like time.
Could have been
time
a quarter a gallon.
Might have been. Anyway, but
So that guy still
gas
owes-
shortage.
Yeah, depends on when that was.
Yeah.
now shit is trying to turn real as the movie gets, because we find out Chooch does have a job. He has some sort of garage.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, Bobby and Moon are like have reignited the we said we're gonna drag
It was
race.
when they were at the track.
Yeah.
They're
Like,
like
we never
it was
raced.
Like, yeah, we never raced. And she's like, well, we can do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bobby
Okay.
gets seriously into this idea.
Well, because like Chooch gives him all night access to the garage, which I think Moon is like, all right, we're gonna get the fuck in the garage.
Yeah.
But he straight up works in his van all night, and then in the morning she's angry, like
So I can't believe you worked on your van all night.
and you didn't
She's
work
got
on
a
me at
point.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just like, get off my back. You're not my girl, whatever your name is.
She's like,
Just-
fine. Well, I'll meet you at the place where we're gonna race. He's like, wait, I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
And then Chooch shows up, and now he is suddenly like
Wearing a giant flowered shirt.
like he's wearing a long sleeve shirt.
with a for sale sign on the front of his car.
And he and Wanda are going to get married and move to Tennessee, and also his name's Leon now.
Yeah.
And so I don't need this.
It's always been Leon.
Well, it's always
Yeah.
He's like, I'm Leon now.
Yeah.
And
He's
like,
just
"Oh."
like, man, Van Nuys Boulevard is a young man's game. There's nothing there for me now. I got Wanda here. Her dad raises turtles in Tennessee or whatever.
Oh, I like turtles.
So we're going to go over there. You want this car? I don't know, man. See ya.
Yeah.
So,
But he's like, well, can you show me where this place is? He says, yeah, come on,
Yeah.
one last time, one last race. I'll take you out there.
yep.
So they all go out to this road. They again start the drag race, no interruptions this time, and they finish.
They do.
Bobby wins ever so slightly.
Yes. By a nose.
By
and
nose.
he's fucking pumped about it.
Yeah, and then he's like kind of celebrating in her face, and she's just like, "Oh, you just don't get it." She's
like, "Are you happy now?"
You love this van more than you love me.
Yeah.
and he's like,
They
I
have
just
this
met you 2
conversation.
days ago.
Yeah, they have this conversation that suggests they've been in a relationship for 10 years.
right. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll show you how much I love that van." And he goes, basically gets the van and kind of puts it in idle and just starts going towards the edge. And she's like, "What are you doing, Bobby? No!" And
He blood screamed. Just, oh dear God, no!
and he rolls out, and this van. I mean, in a higher budget movie, this would go down an actual cliff, but this is like it goes down an embankment and rolls.
It wobbles down a hill, rolls over a couple times, and collapses in on itself like the house in Poltergeist.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just when it rolls, it's like, oh, it was about to do that anyway.
Yeah.
Like like another couple days, it would have done it without the hill.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's crashed his van, and she's like, I can't believe you just did that.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
What is wrong with you?
And
He's
then-
like, I wanted to show you I love you more than the van. She's like, no! And
Yeah.
pushes him away, hops in the car, hops in the van, and drives away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like-
all of them
And you
drive away.
still don't get it, you fucking idiot.
All of them strand Bobby, and Chuck is like in the movie now.
Well, because the crane shot's going up, like they're at this. Where they were racing was like this incomplete highway, and they're at the very end of it, and the crane starts pulling up, and they're all driving away, and he's just standing there like, oh, well, I guess I fucked up. And I'm like, oh, man, this is it. This is the ending. Fuck you, Bobby. End this movie. And they drive off almost as far as they can without being out of sight. And then they U-turn around and come back, and they're just like, just kidding, It's just
Yeah, she jumps out of the car and hugs him.
yeah. And then the other two cars just drive around them for the rest of the end of the movie.
Right. And then we get reused shots from the beginning because we're
Van Nuys!
we're back,
Van
and the
Nuys!
song is back, and
Yes.
it's back to another Wednesday night. But they directly reuse some shots because there's this one shot of
absolutely.
a biker dude just death staring the camera as he
Yeah.
goes by. But and then the only thing that's changed is they're like doing a little voiceover thing, like, so what did you do with your car? And he's like, you wouldn't believe who I sold it to, and we see Zaz, the cop guy, is in it, and he's now instead of saying Chooch, it says Zaz in the front, and he's being pulled over by his former partner, I believe.
He's wearing a shirt that says Van Nuys Boulevard on it, which, come the fuck on, dude. You don't wear the shirt of the street you're
Yes,
on.
you do.
He did in the 70s, man.
I guess.
Yeah, apparently in the 70s, you just wore whatever shirt you were into. There weren't any fucking rules about
Yeah,
it.
you wear that Journey shirt right to the Journey concert.
I guess so.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the end
It's
of
the
Van
end
Nuys
of
Boulevard.
Van Nuys. So yes, Stargrove.
Yeah.
There's also
There's
Stargrove.
like 6 Stargroves.
Yes. Because as soon as Greg and the biker lady start having sex, it's just immediately like, pretty lady, gonna
me
have
up.
sex in the mural room. It's like, whoa,
Pick me up, took me home, now we're having the sex, yeah.
you're a biker. I'm
There's
a
a
nerd.
creepy kind of weird mural all over the wall. She's got too much eye makeup. All right, this is too specific, man.
Where'd you buy this album?
It was written for me by the man that drew that mural.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's over. Van Nuys Boulevard.
65 Stargroves.
Yeah, all the Stargroves.
No ensigns.
No.
How many vans do we give this?
Moon's van is pretty sweet.
Moon's van gets. I'm going to go 3 vans. It's a decent van, and it wins the races.
Yeah.
Bobby's van gets half a van. It sucks.
He's half the van he used to be.
Yeah. There you go. Pitch it.
I just ruined that segment.
Yeah, I just gave it the slow pitch.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I will give Moon's van. I don't know, 2 vans. I didn't look at it much because I'm sorry. Whenever she was on the screen, I wasn't looking at her van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was pretty good.
Yeah, 2 vans is good. It really, had it been in the other 2 van movies, it wouldn't have even gotten a mention. But
That's true.
just compared to Bobby's van, which is literally just shit on wheels.
Yeah, I think I'm grading on a curve here in Van Nuys grading scale here.
Yeah. Yes.
I am reticent to give Moon's van 2 whole vans because of, I mean, look at the van that you could aspire to be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hers is barely customized.
Yeah.
It's fast, sure, but it's barely customized. Like, oh no, you know what? I forgot about the fact that the entirety of the interior was velour.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give 2 vans for that.
I appreciate the theme. It's her name, it's her license
Yeah.
plate, it's her van, everything.
It's themed.
Yeah. And I want to know how far into her life she kept all of the Moon things. Like, when did she quit?
Oh, Moon or
Yeah.
the actress? Moon kept them until she died in that van.
Okay, fine. Fair enough.
She died a fulfilled Moon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just waxing poetic.
Bobby's van,
My interest is waning.
I don't think, even though it had a slot machine in it,
It did.
I don't think Bobby's van deserves any vans.
No, it's a 0 van.
I think Bobby's van is a 0 van. For one, it is just painted blue, and
It's brown.
no, it's blue.
It's like a light blue.
Is
it?
It's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you colorblind?
The only
Yes.
nice
I don't
feature about his van is I liked the headlights had like a grill mesh on them. That was the only thing that was like, all right, that's kind of customized, but that's it.
It also had the rake, so it was like lowered in the front and had big wheels on back. But it was so bland. It was like bland Nuys. Yeah, I was
Bland
waiting,
Nuys.
waiting a long time to use that. But also, Bobby's van was reused as the redneck with the pig in his van's van.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
That was the same
I forgot
fucking
about-
van.
Yeah, you're right.
And everybody else had a van that was superior to Bobby's van. Plus, his was super short.
Mm-hmm.
So, 0 vans for Bobby's van. I'm sorry.
Fuck your van, Bobby.
Yeah, amen.
That damn van.
All right.
Van damned.
So I guess we should give it proper ratings now.
Proper ratings,
Yes.
yeah.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right.
I enjoyed the hell out of this. 4 Jocks. This is like, it's a goofy, fun hangout, like very pre-Linklater type. Hey, these are just fun people to hang out with, even though Bobby's kind of a shit. And Greg's kind of a shit too, but I don't know. There's something like that's just enjoyable about being in this little time machine universe that they've got, where people are just like, hey man, you're cool, let's fuck. All right. I got a van. Let's do this. And it's just kind of like, all right, cool, whatever. And the girl's like, hey, oh yeah, I remember you boned her. Good on you not saying anything and messing with Chooch.
Yeah,
Chooch really needed that.
Way to look out for Chooch.
Yeah. and there's something really likable about Chooch's, like, frailness, I guess is right how you'd put it. Like, he's like, keeps trying to put up this tough front, but everyone's like, nah, you're just Chooch. Come on.
I could swear.
And that he's the one who seems to find love, truly.
Yeah, and I could swear in that when he's in the car at the end giving that little speech like we're moving to Tennessee and getting married, I thought the actor was going to lose it. Like, he was just going to start bawling. Like, just, not bawling like, everyone else was doing in the movie, but crying. He seemed like this is going to be Chooch's moment. I'm just going to, that Chooch has finally realized who Chooch is, But.
Well, he's been trying to be Chooch all his life when he really just needed to be Leon.
Putting up a front. Yeah. Be Leon.
Yeah.
4 Jocks.
Yeah, 4 Jocks.
All right.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I will give it 3. There's something about the aimlessness that kind of bothered me the entire time, and it's not to say it wasn't fine. It just, I felt like it should have gone somewhere. Like they should have more clearly outlined maybe that like relationship strife between Bobby and Moon, or something. Like that was the only conflict besides the fight. It just didn't have much of a story, and while I don't, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just turned me off a little bit on this movie. This is the kind of thing, though, that something like Pinball Summer wanted to be, only just like a tenth as shitty for some reason. Like the characters were a tenth as shitty, I think.
Well, and I think Pinball Summer went for gags. This movie doesn't. The only
it goes for jokes.
The jokes in it are just kind of reactions and stuff like that. Just kind of like bits of character interaction. They're not like setups and here, something fell on a fat person fell down, or it's none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
a little bit, because there's a fat guy chasing the pig, but otherwise
that's just a time filler. I don't know if that was meant to be funny.
Well, they did put in the whole scene of a pig running around.
I
so.
guess they did. Yeah, they did.
Well, because it's a little funny in the setup, because there is literally a van a-rockin', and Greg, being the kind of dumbass that he is, goes a knocking.
Hey guys, are you okay in here? What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, a pig!
And the pig comes out instead. Because you fully expect, because it's already been established that if you open the back of a van, there are going to be people fucking in it.
That's van culture.
Yeah,
that's van stuff.
Yeah, van stuff.
That is truly van stuff.
So 4-3. Did you go?
No, not yet.
All right.
Do you want me to?
I don't care. Go ahead.
I'm gonna agree with Mackie and give it 4 Jocks. I thought I would be an outlier on this and be rating it that highly. It's one of the breeziest things I think we've ever watched. Like when it started to wrap up, I was like, is this over? Like the plot hasn't started yet. I mean, there's nothing.
Yeah.
This is all just setup for the characters.
I accepted that there was going to be no plot.
Yeah.
Basically, by the time Greg first got laid.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is just going to be scenes.
Yeah.
There isn't going to be any sort of plot.
And as much as I made fun of it for like making Greg this just like sex falling in his lap character and everything like that, it's different enough than every movie like this that it's almost fascinating that these characters just come together and bond, and they're just like, we're all kind of friendly now and wish each other the best. We're probably not going to keep in touch in the next 2 weeks or anything, but for like this brief 2-week period or even 1 week period that this movie is taking place over, they're inseparable, and
it's almost like they have a summer love with this group.
Yeah, yes, and it's charming and fun, and just my only real beef with it is that it's just literally like, let's go to the amusement park for a day and film. Now let's go to the go-kart track and film. You know, and I get it, low budget filmmaking. I think this was written in like 7 days, so that's the easiest way to do it. Is just say, let's go to the amusement park and film. But yeah, that was kind of the only knock against this that I have, because it's just like they literally just go to the amusement park and do stuff. So, but other than that, and the soundtrack, as repetitive as it is, like there's 4 or 5 songs that just kind of keep playing over and over again. I would listen to that Van Nuys song on a loop for several days.
Van Nuys.
I would just play it in my car all the time and get it stuck in my head. So, yeah, this is a fun movie.
So I thought I was going to be the one blowing everyone's minds by giving this 4 jocks. I could almost give this 5 jocks, but then that just kind of like, it puts it in an echelon that I don't think it quite belongs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the hell out of this movie. I really did. Like, I legit want to watch this again at some point, like just for fun.
I hope it comes out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I would totally watch it again on Blu-ray.
Absolutely. And like, it's strange because I don't necessarily like it in like some sort of ironic way either. I actually think this is a really good slice of life movie. I've complained about, I don't generally like movies that don't have a point, but I don't like movies that don't have a point that feel like they're trying to at some point. You know, like I always cite Ali as an example. Like, that is a well-made movie, and by the time it's over, it's like, the fuck was the point of that? You literally just showed me a section of somebody's life with no beginning, middle, or end. It's just a vignette, you know, and it's like everything is put together there, but like this doesn't even inspire that. It's just like, no, here's some shit going down. It's fun. People are fucking. It's like there's van stuff going on. It's drag racing. It's like, it's all low budget, but it's like, it is so slice of life and time that I think it's absolutely fascinating. The crazy thing is, I would actually go so far as to say, you mentioned Linkletter, and I would say even Paul Thomas Anderson probably watched this, because there were several things, like, there's remarkably interesting camera work happening throughout this movie that doesn't need to be. And in contrast to like the last 2 movies we watched, which were just like, fuck, I don't know, people are going to be stoned and fucking in a car anyway, and this is going to be on drive, and we don't give a shit. Yeah, that kind of feel. This was like, someone felt like they were trying to make a real movie.
Yeah.
Because like there is a shot in the drive-in, the restaurant drive-in, with Wanda, where it is following her ass. I mean, there's no way to say it. It's just like she's walking along and it's following her ass, and that same shot is in Boogie Nights.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, and it was a long track, like a long handheld shot that just followed her throughout this. And I was like, I was watching that. I'm seriously like going, holy shit! I think Paul Thomas Anderson stole this or got inspired by this shot to put that in fucking Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
And that's saying something. Like, and Linkletter, there was, I mean, dude, tell me Chooch is not some form of inspiration for Matthew McConaughey and Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, seriously, like the older guy that's still hanging around, got almost the same fucking mustache. Seriously, there is like, this is a movie that I think is like, has some, like, this is some DNA, like there's some like, you know, Prometheus shit going on to some later movies.
Yeah.
And I find it utterly fascinating. Like, I genuinely like I would rate this higher as like a movie than I would with Jocks. That's what's strange about it, is like, I don't think it's perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's like, it's an absolutely fascinating time capsule thing that, like I said, I think inspired some much better movies later.
Yeah.
So anyway, like I said, I thought it was gonna be like the 4 Jocks and be like, what? Because
That's what I thought.
it felt like there was a lot of anger and when the fuck is this gonna end feeling. You
Well,
know,
I mean,
that vibe you get when we're watching it in the theaters.
Well, as we were watching, whenever a scene ended, we would just go, Van Nuys!
Oh, yeah. We were surprised it was never the stinger that we were making it. It should have been.
Yeah.
Every scene should have ended with that grunty singer saying Van Nuys.
And like the Van Nuys Boulevard sign spinning
in and out to do the transition, yes. Yes. Exactly right.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah. But anyway, let's take a break, shall we?
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
I'm amicable to a break.
Ah!
Oh,
Whoa.
Jesus.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Man,
Van Nuys!
that Camille girl ended her career strong. Yeah. Like, she did Invasion USA, Action Jackson, Goodfellas, Casino.
Yeah.
And then Peace Out.
Wait, So is she one of the few female actresses to work with Scorsese more than once?
Yeah.
Wow. Because none of them do.
I know.
It's kind of a noted thing.
Yeah, she played Joe Pesci's wife in Casino. And someone named Angie in Goodfellas, which could literally be anybody.
Actually, I never noticed that before.
Yeah.
So you just said that. And I'm like, I'm literally running through all the movies. I'm like, nope, nope, nope.
Yeah. It's kind of a thing that people have noticed
Mm-hmm.
in modern times. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I can't believe that next Scorsese movie is a Netflix movie.
Really?
Yeah. It's Pacino, De Niro, Joe Pesci, Harvey Keitel. Like, that's... I can't believe that's a Netflix movie.
Netflix is like their own studio.
The next
now.
Scorsese movie is a Netflix movie. The Irishman.
Well, I mean, you is a Netflix movie now,
I
apparently.
know.
Yeah, that's weird, too.
I mean, I've been like hyped for that, and then they were like coming to Netflix. I'm like, wait, what?
I mean, it's like I'm fine with
I mean,
that.
it lets us see it quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still
Also,
kind of
I mean,
like.
I hate to say it, but I was actually kind of excited because I was like, I was ready to go like do the Dolby Cinema thing, and now I don't have to. Like, I was like, this movie's going to look amazing in 4K HDR. Just the still shots they alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like Netflix and A24 are the places you go if you don't have a fucking superhero
I was gonna say, like,
movie.
I'm almost okay with that if that means like that tier of movie still gets to exist.
Yeah.
You know. But it would also be great Netflix if you put like a back catalog of shit on your service. Like maybe that MGM library.
Nah. Who needs movies?
I think they want to be their own channel at some point. They don't even want to bother licensing anybody else's shit.
I hate that.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I hate that we're fractured now.
I know.
You know, like you've
It's
got to go.
it's almost cable
everywhere
now.
for everything. You know, like if you want to watch Atlanta, you got to have Hulu. You know, if Better Call Saul is going to be on Netflix. It's just like everything is so fucking broken up now that.
One thing I like about that, though, is I don't have to like pay $800 a month to a cable company to get new shows and shit. They're showing up on Netflix,
Yeah.
which you pay like $9 for, or $11 at this point.
Yeah.
Or Hulu, which you can watch mostly for free. Or, you know, another whatever other streaming service, Amazon Prime. Like, stuff is showing up there that's like, it's like a few dollars a month here and there. And I can sort of build my own cable package without having to have a cable package or whatever.
I just hope that the future is more what Amazon's doing, where it's just a bundle thing. Like, look at all these things you get with Amazon Prime. The shit on video is just another thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you're
I think
paying,
Prime Video is eventually going to be a premium to their service.
Sure. I mean, a lot of people argue that like it'll be the only reason to have it, but I mean, like Apple, I think they're saying their original stuff that they're about to start producing is going to be part of what's currently the Apple Music subscription. Is probably going to get a new name when it becomes video too. But
Yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
nobody's buying Apple Music.
I use Apple Music.
yeah, I was going to say I think a lot of people do. I think it's
Yeah.
just under Spotify actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So getting Taylor does, man.
I use it.
yeah. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, something that you get a whole lot more than just, you know, the Netflix thing of like, you get our shit, that's it. I think Netflix is angling for that. You're going to want to pay for this, like HBO.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to have so much stuff.
By the way, I feel like we should be back for this discussion, but to one of your points that you keep making about Netflix, that like Netflix doesn't have anything that's not their original content.
Yeah.
I was looking for stuff to watch the other day, and you have to find it. It is not presented anywhere.
Oh, no, you can't-
have to
yeah.
dig for it. It's there. They have a shitload still of real actual movies that you want to see. They just have it really well hidden behind what they want you to see, which is 99% their own produced content and then 10% like TV shows.
I get frustrated when I'm just like, I'm in the mood to watch this actor's stuff that I've never seen. Like I'll just say, I've probably missed 12 Denzel Washington movies. Let's find them. They're nowhere. They're fucking nowhere.
Yeah. Where's Ricochet?
Yeah.
Nowhere.
I mean, that movie was produced by HBO, and it's not on HBO now. We had to find it on the Cinemax app, and it's not even there anymore. But it's just like, I always run into this like when an actor dies. It's like, oh man, I should probably watch a movie with that guy tonight. And then you go search for it, and it's like they did a guest spot on Scrubs, and maybe that's it. They were on the Andy Milanakis show or whatever the fuck, it's just like that's it for their entire filmography of 250 movies.
Well, yeah, and there's also just the whole nothing before 1980 exists on streaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And unless you got like I guess Filmstruck is the only one that.
But they're still. I feel like they are moderated to a point where it's just like they're better than. I mean, I hate to make it sound specific to us, but it's just like I want the BMFcast tier movie library.
Yeah,
all that shit exists. Like fucking build it. And that's why I was so impressed the other day when I clicked on something on Amazon Prime and this list of 20 recommendations showed up, and they were all like garbage, BMFcast level garbage, and I was just like, holy shit, these are available to stream? Hooray!
Yeah. I feel like a lot of that stuff, like, there's a lot of that stuff that didn't make it to DVD. There's a lot of it that probably did make it to DVD as well, but even the stuff that's been digitized, they're like, we really want to take up server space with this for Chuck? And they don't care about you, Chuck. And I'm sorry.
I know.
They don't care about you.
I know.
So like we're not gonna expense the intern to put 45 movies from 1987 on our service.
I just have a hard time coming to terms with the fact that a studio can have 80 years of a catalog of movies and they just are nowhere. Just nobody cares. And I think more people would care if they were available than just having them be invisible.
I agree.
That's what I don't get. And if we're moving towards every studio having their own service, fine. Sign me the fuck up. I would sign on to Fox and MGM in a heartbeat. Give me all their shit. But, like Disney bought Fox for their content, if that shit's not on Disney's streaming service, the fuck are they doing? What did they buy all of it for?
To put it in the vault, Chuck, so they could release it on 4K Ultra D-Box Blue.
Yeah, because that copy of Monkey Bone is really going to be...
Monkey Bone.
Should we do a second half?
Yeah, does anybody have anything for it?
No, we should just put that in the second half and call it done.
No, you got nothing.
Well, go home early.
I really don't. I've watched jack shit.
I didn't watch anything worth talking about.
Do you have any emails or questions or something?
We got one. Do you want to talk about Oscars at all?
We can talk about Oscars, I guess.
Can mention them. I mean, we should say something, not just
I know.
second half. Okay, here's our contact information.
Yeah.
Bye.
I just loop that discussion into the... Just cut that into the second half.
I can.
Yeah.
And once we're off the air, we need to discuss the thing that we were going to mention to BJ. So, something we discussed last week that we wanted to run by you.
Okay.
So just so we don't forget.
I don't even remember what that was, but cool.
I have a flagpole for you to run it up once we are done.
Well, you got to get your poll up.
Yeah, but I'm not sick, but I'm not
Shaq
well.
did. Yeah. All right.
I'm paranoid.
Now I have an amputee. God damn you.
Everybody's coming to get me.
Yeah. No.
All right.
There's nothing on my list here that
we'll make it quick then.
So we'll loop that in, and then we'll read an email, and then do contact information and get the fuck out.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds great. We made a second half topic.
Yeah. How about that?
It's
we
been 84 years.
Do we even mention that we're just patching it back in?
No. I'll find a way.
No, I'll act like we're coming back. Be quiet. You can just because I think you just started like mid-conversation.
Well, he pointed at me and said, "I have a question for you. You said Netflix."
Oh, okay, fine.
All right.
All right, welcome back.
Hey, BMFcast, second half.
BMFcast.
All right.
All right.
There you go. Loop that all in.
Good job. Fucking professionals. aren't
Yeah.
we? We're great.
Man, that was a good topic we just discussed.
Yeah. Yes, great.
Yeah, it
That's
was.
the way you end conversations. That was a good thing we just talked about now.
I love that you're the one who has to stitch that shit together.
yeah.
So good luck, motherfucker.
How about this? All right, I think enough about that. Do we have any emails?
We do. No, that was actually good. Just
Yeah.
do that without laughing. This is how we make the sausage.
All right. I think we've talked about streaming services enough for one decade. Do we have any emails?
Oh, we got one.
Good.
Cool.
Let's read that one.
I will. This one's from Jason.
Hey, Jason.
He says, not a recommendation, but ...
I like butts.
Yeah. Says, hey, BMFcast, Jason from Dallas here.
Hey.
I need to know if you've seen 1989's Collision Course, starring that classic buddy cop duo of Jay Leno and Pat Morita. I saw it while scrolling through movies on HBO and decided to give it a shot. The best I can say about this is that it is a movie, it was filmed, and it seems to be the last movie Jay attempted to play a character that was not himself. A few chuckles aside, it really was forgettable in every aspect for me. Curious of your thoughts, except for my uncertainty if this tagline is still a running joke anymore.
It is.
It still
It is.
It
It very much is.
Yeah.
I actually never saw that movie. Chuck, you were shaking your head. Yes, that you have.
I've seen it.
Of course you have.
Yeah, every once in a while, I become aware of it. Like whatever, like someone on Twitter will be like, "Hey, check this shit out" or something, and I'm like, "Yeah, I should probably mention that and see if if that's a thing that we should do." But aside from that, I have not seen Collision Course.
I mean, Jay Leno has never been funny, so
Yeah,
I don't really have.
That's the kind of thing I'd have to get over my dislike of Jay Leno.
Hey, look at all these great cars I have.
I think the dislike of Jay Leno almost works in that movie's favor because if I
It goes the Piscopo route.
well, in a way, if I recall correctly, that movie is strangely violent, and it shouldn't be.
Yeah,
It's I don't know. The weird thing is that Pat Morita is the tough cop, and it's
Okay.
like it just seems like this is a pairing that doesn't make sense. Like they should both be the comic relief. Not that Pat Morita hasn't been, tough cool guy, Karate Kid, but it's like most of Pat Morita's career is not as the straight laced tough guy.
yeah.
So it just seems like they've got two wacky buddy cops paired together, and that doesn't always work. I won't say specifically what it is. I will say it. I've made a video of this scene. There's an event that happens in this movie towards the end that is basically the finale. That is one of the most goddamn ridiculous things you've ever seen in your entire life.
Okay.
It is goddamn ridiculous.
Is it perhaps on your YouTube channel? You can find it at youtube.com/watercooler.
Is it filed under worst movie scenes?
Probably.
Okay.
Or
But
watch
it's
this scene.
800 episodes ago. So,
okay, so it's really old.
yeah.
Like
And
pre-BMFcast.
it may
old.
not even still be on there. Copyright might have eaten it years ago, but I will always remember this one bit where it's just like, man, that is the absolute dumbest thing. That's what this movie's going to be known for. That. So,
Like, I've never seen that, but for some reason, and I don't think there's any reason for it. I always confuse this with Second Sight.
yeah.
I don't know
yes.
why. Just is it even the same time period?
That is a weird.
I have no idea why.
They're both late 80s.
Yeah.
They're both weird, buddy, nonsense sitcom. But yeah, I think
That
Second
was-
Sight is even worse.
That was one of my favorite movies for a while.
Really?
I don't know what it was about.
I only remember the
Second
bit
Sight.
in the opening credits where it's like someone calls the psychic detective answering machine, and he's like, "I already know why you're calling, so don't even bother leaving a message."
I just remember the psychic driving. That's, yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I remember.
I don't remember much from it. It was probably when I was like 10.
I would watch that again. Like that would be a good paramedics type or disorderlies type revisit. So, yeah, I don't know. How long is that movie, Collision Course?
I don't know.
Bet you'll find out.
Yeah,
I keep getting Ice Age Collision Course whenever I type it in.
sure. That's an hour 40.
It's probably doable. Yeah, we should be able to do that if we wanted to. Yeah.
It has Ernie Hudson in it. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have to complete the Ernie verse,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, good luck.
All right, there, Ernie.
Just watch the entirety of Oz.
Oh,
Movies.
Oh, okay.
from the director of Navy SEAls.
Navy SEAls.
Navy SEAls.
It's the movie he made right before Navy SEAls.
Maybe we should watch it then.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So anyway,
I'll put it on the list. Fuck everything. Why
fuck everything. List it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be able to fold it into a month.
Sure.
Speaking of months, y'all know what next month is, right?
I do.
Yeah?
February?
Yes.
Yes.
It is the greatest month of the year.
Yeah.
So y'all out there in podcast listener land, get ready. Blaxploitation History Month is coming for your ass.
The 27th annual BMFcast Blaxploitation.
Is this our 9th or 10th?
No, we were coming up on 9 years total.
Coming up on 9
We
years,
didn't.
okay.
We didn't start this one right away. I don't remember how
I
many
think it
we've
was like
done.
2010, maybe 11.
Yeah.
We've
So
been doing
maybe
it
our
for a while.
7th.
But it is my favorite month of the year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm
Absolutely the best.
so looking forward to this.
Real quick question: the new Blaxploitation movie that came out with
Proud Mary.
Proud
Mary, Taraji P. Henson. Anybody see it? Anybody catch it?
No one saw it. It is, I think, gone already.
Yeah.
The studio dumped that thing.
It was supposed to be playing at the local indie theater, but I was too strung out from work stress to try.
Oh, okay. Work stress.
Yeah.
All I heard about it was that it very much misuses its title track song. That's the only thing I saw was like, when movies just misuse a song, like they said this one does it horrifically.
Well, Chuck, didn't you say it's a remake?
It's a remake of Gloria, which is not what you want.
Yeah, and it's a lot of kid.
Something about a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Which
boo.
is usually our kryptonite. If you put a kid in your movie, it tends to fuck it up.
Yes,
Well,
it does.
Yeah.
There are a few.
There are a few exceptions. Iron Man 3, an exception.
And another one, Logan,
Yes.
because
Well,
I guess
of
we
course.
should talk briefly about the Oscar nominations.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, just ever so briefly, we've mostly discounted the Oscars from relevancy in our world, at least. I will say, good to see Logan at least get the screenplay nomination. I am still mad, no Patrick Stewart nomination there.
Yeah.
Especially when I looked at some of the other supporting ones, and I was like,
I was happy Richard Jenkins was there.
sure, yeah, no, I'm not saying all bad. I'm just saying, like, do we need two people from the one movie in that category?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Baby Driver up for editing, sound editing, and sound mixing. And if it doesn't win at least sound mixing and sound editing, why the fuck do we have these awards?
Yeah,
Because
right.
that is the crux of the movie is based around that. So if it doesn't win that, fuck off and die.
Yeah. And Get Out.
Get Out got nominated for
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff, which is great.
Yeah, and that's the first horror movie in ages to be nominated for, best director and, best original screenplay and best
mean,
picture and all that.
The cynical part of me just looks at it as like, I don't know, that's popular, so this is our answer to Oscars so white bullshit. However, I hope that it's 100% justified, because
I think you haven't seen Get Out.
Oh, no, I have.
Oh, you have.
I mean, no, I believe it's justified. Believe me.
Okay.
That was in my top 5 of the year, and I'm saying this feels like one of those it's the work was done for them. It's like, well, just pick that. Cause
I'm glad because that came out last January or February,
February, yeah.
and I'm glad that usually their memories are so fucking short
Yes.
that they forget all that stuff, and I'm glad that so many things are still there.
Yeah. No. Like I said, I'm not saying it's a whatever a participation
Affirmative
award.
action.
And I'm not saying it's like a participation award. I'm saying my cynical nature believes that it was because they do this every time, the Academy or whatever. It seems like people say well, what about this? And it's like, oh, you want that? Here, all that. They just, it's so horse with blinders on. It feels like, oh, you complain about
miss
that.
the point,
yeah. I mean, in fact, actually, I saw a perfect tweet today where it's just the Get Out wins the Academy Award, and somebody from the Academy comes up to him and says, I would have voted for you twice if I could. Title card, Get Out too.
That'll probably be in the opening montage of the whoever's hosting the.
Yeah, and I will say if you have not seen that movie, probably see it before all the Oscar talk gets there.
Yeah.
Because they're going to spoil a lot of stuff about that movie that makes that movie special.
Any of them that you haven't seen yet, you should probably see because, they got people on NPR Drive Time going into detail about stuff in films. So, gird your loins.
But I would that movie in particular, I'd say the entire premise is almost, it's kind of one of those where like it's kind of a spoiler to describe where that movie goes in any way.
Yeah,
So.
well, I feel that way. I need to see Shape of Water ASAP because I feel like it's going to be similar. Like I feel like the less I know about what I know right now is probably more than I need to know, and I don't want to know anymore, which will come out the closer it gets to that.
Yeah.
That's also nominated for like 15 awards, something like that.
Yeah. It
crazy.
deserves it. It's a really, really well made movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And I'm surprised Michael Shannon didn't get anything, but they nominated basically every other actor that's in it, so you know, that's gonna happen.
Your boy Deacon's got another nom.
Yeah, we'll see.
He's up against like the first woman DP to get nominated ever.
Yeah.
Which is like, fuck.
Well, the thing about Deakins, it's he gets graded on a curve. He's always fucking top, awesome, badass.
Yeah.
Like one of the best ever to do it. And everyone else is like, well, they kind of did like an Adam Sandler movie and this, and they're like, oh man, look at what they did this year. And that's like what always they go, wow, man, this guy really, he might never get another chance, you know. And so they vote for that. And Roger Deakins is like, hey, I'm still here being the fucking best of all time. How's it going? And so that's like, that bothers me, is that I think he gets graded on a curve constantly.
If only that could happen to Tom Brady.
Don't even fucking bring that shit up.
Was that the fourth Brady brother after Greg and Bobby? And
Yes.
Peter.
Yeah. But I mean, this is one of the few years where I've been like, wow, you know, everything that feels like it should have gotten nominated did.
Yes. It's surprising. Like people on hello, noise.
Sorry, something.
People on the internet are generally like talking about the Oscars again. Like, oh hey, I normally ignore this, but look at what they nominated this time.
I think
It's
too
not
there
like
was
War Horse and Mel Gibson movie The Second or whatever.
I also think yesterday there was such an incredible backlash against the Razzies when those nominations came out that like anything celebrating even something moderately decent today would have captured everyone wanting to talk about it.
Well, I mean, there was such shit like Book of Henry and Snowman and just like a lot of movies that were just like, no, these were big budget movies that not only flopped but sucked.
Yeah.
But the Razzies were just like, hey, Transformers 5. Oh, let's call it Transformers 17 because that'd be funny. And you know, and like, oh, let's make a trans joke about Medea again. You know, and just like all that sort of shit they're garbage. They've always been garbage, and those nominations were made before any of those movies even fucking came out.
Absolutely.
It's just
they look at the list of what comes out in a year and they go, "Oh, that's got to be a disaster."
Yeah. And that's all there is to it. I mean, and there are movies more deserving of scorn, even though, you know, our whole philosophy here is kind of like, we don't need to shit on something unless it really deserves it. You know, and
like I don't want to shit on anything. Like I want to enjoy every movie we watch. I want it to be good.
Yeah, we give everything a fair shake, but
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There are movies I immediately turn on, and it's hard to win me back. But you know,
yeah, but at least you've seen the movie, and can say that.
Yes.
I think I said in our chat that the Razzies are like the 70s DJ of film criticism because it's just this surface level like, I saw this headline in the paper. That's stupid. Hey, you know, I mean, it's just, it's the baseline like, I know it used to be just like a dude or a couple of dudes, but now I think there's like a whole committee or something. And I don't even know. Sitting in on those meetings must be the most insufferable crap. Like,
oh, no, because they're jerking each other off.
That's what I mean. Time. It's just, you know, it's
got to be the most cynical fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's probably like the TMZ thing in Popstar. Where
they're
all just sitting around, like, sipping their drinks and, like, his life could be ruined today.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of, there was that late plot line in the newsroom where they brought in a bunch of the internet nerds who were just like, what movie should we shit on now for our top 10 list on the news website? And, like, the actual characters of the show would come in and go, what the fuck are you? Because they were like, it's time to shit on Fight Club. Yeah, Fight Club is actually overrated. And they were like, let's make a list of overrated movies. Fight Club. And a guy would come in and just be like, what are you doing? Like, all these movies came out in the last, like, 7 years, and none of them are overrated. And they're just like, we're getting hits. You know, it's just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's why I don't even like fucking talking about them. Because they're shit.
I'm just saying, I think that's why the Oscars got more
like,
goodwill today.
There must have been somebody on that committee who hated Mother.
Yeah.
Because like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that movie's not for everyone, but to basically be like, Jennifer Lawrence was terrible in this because
Yeah.
like they couldn't find another way to shit on Jennifer Lawrence, so they're like, well, how are we going to do it? Yeah, it's just they're cynical garbage, and I hate worst of lists in general, and that is like the king of garbage worst of lists.
Yeah, I think the Razzies are gonna fade away in the next couple years.
I don't know.
I think they get too much coverage whenever they announce them.
it was fucking everywhere yesterday.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. It
'Cause
was
they're
mostly
still-
negative, and
Yeah, but there's still way too many people who are just like,
how do they
I
profit off of that?
they have a website. They get
Ooh,
ads. I don't know.
website ads don't make you fucking dick anymore.
exposure.
You're an idiot.
Yeah,
Hits don't make you any fucking money.
There are
anymore.
plenty of people, like when the first bad review of The Mummy came out, there were plenty of people who were just like, yeah, fuck that guy, fuck Tom Cruise, fuck everything about that. And then like the Razzies came out and said, yeah, The Mummy's garbage. And everyone would be like, yeah, hooray, The Mummy, fuck that movie. Yeah. You know, it's just like people are waiting for it. There are so many people out there who are just like, can't wait to pile on to the thing that they think is bad, even though they've just been told it's bad.
Well, and I think that also it fosters less creativity in studios in particular, where they don't want that backlash. So something like Mother, where it's like, we're going out on a limb here, and to stifle that sort of creativity by going, well, you know, people are going to shit on this, right? You know, and it's like the studio doesn't want to hear that vocal 25% is going to reject everything it could possibly reject about that movie. You know, that stuff, I think it's such a cynical viewpoint, and I think studios listen to it. And that's how we get just watered down generic shit, which is actually worse than something that's like, all right, not my thing, but at least you went crazy with it. You know, that's why Joseph Kahn isn't making big budget movies for anybody. You know, because they're like, because people look at Detention and are like, the fuck was that? Look at Torque, what the fuck was that? And we're like, yeah, what the fuck was that is right.
Yeah.
You know, and so he has to self-finance everything he's making because he doesn't want to have to deal with all those compromises that are going to come with it. And I think the Razzies and worst of lists are a big part of that. They're just cynical shit that I hate. I hate it.
I don't know. I guess I just feel like maybe it's my well-crafted internet bubble, but it feels like 95% of the people on my timeline were like, yeah, the Razzies fucking suck. They're fucking
most
stupid.
of that I saw too. So
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully,
Anyway.
hopefully they will. I mean, they can't be. I don't know. I feel like they can't be that relevant these days. Everybody has the ability to just like put together a fucking blog about the shit that they hate or shit that they like. So something like the Razzies, I don't know. I don't feel like it's got that much clout anymore. And hopefully it'll go away. But maybe that's just wishful thinking on my part.
Yeah.
Speaking of wishful thinking on my part, I wish that you, the listener, would think about us in a way that makes you transmit those thoughts to us via text or perhaps voice conversation. If you want to go to the text route, bmf@bmfcast.com is our email address. If you want to go the voice route, 910-5JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. If you just want to visit the website, see what we got, look at some things, bmfcast.com, check things out there. There's an important link there to something called Patreon, which is where you can give us money monthly for some extra things that we do. Patreon.com/BMFcast if you want to go there directly. We provide you so much content.
We've been going a bit nuts with the content lately.
But just on the regular podcast, we have like 23 straight days worth of content, something like that.
Yeah, if you were to listen to everything.
To all the BMFcast Prime. Tons of days.
Yeah.
But we have another, like, I don't know, 40 days and 40 nights of extra content on the Patreon. And the cost of entry is very low. It's $1 to get in on the ground floor and get just the basic stuff. But as you go up in tiers, you will be well rewarded, I promise you.
Yeah.
please don't go up in tiers.
TIERS.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Levels.
Yeah.
Levels.
So check those things out. You know, follow us on the internet.
Yes.
Correct.
Do all those things. Enjoy us.
Well, let's get out of here, shall we? I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out. See you in February, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
Matt.
Very nice.
I don't know how far cameras got
Van
knocked or
Nuys.
what, but everybody's was a little off, I just noticed.
I don't know.
Like you had like 3 feet of headroom above your head.
I need 3 feet of headroom.
Yeah.
Right.
I need the max headroom.
Oh, do you?
Oh, I get it.
I get that reference.
Yeah, you do. How'd you like that segue? That was fucking killer.
That was a sweet seg, dude.
It's a good seg.
Good seg.
Top
Excellent seg.
Seg. Top seg.
So, you want to take us offline?
Oh yeah,
We
sorry. I
discussed
guess we
that.
have to shut down quickly. We usually banter for a bit, but we have
Nah.
we have business.
We already bantered a
We have
lot.
business
Yeah,
to
we
discuss.
banter so much, we're going to put it in the show.
And you won't even know it
banter.
if you see the final or listen to the final thing. You can't see the final thing.
Yeah, I can't.
I mean, I guess you can. You can watch the little waveform go.
As they do.
What does a waveform do?
Neat.
I could recreate my stupid sounds on command.
Waveform goes.
Right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.